They've committed to build. We're going to build, sir. And they came here to see me, and wanted to know if they could have a press conference. I do as many as I can. I'm pretty busy trying to stop Russia and Ukraine and the Middle East. We got to stop that. We're going to stop the Houthis, which we're making tremendous. They like shooting ships down and out of the water, sinking ships. They get a kick out of it, but they're not getting such a kick out of it now, are they, Mr. Secretary? They're not getting such a kick out of that now. But here are just a short list of some of the companies that have already announced and committed to investment. And this is a company that built its factories and its plants in China. Apple is going to spend $500 billion. They never spent money like that here. They're going to build their plants here. SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle, great companies, are investing $500 billion almost immediately. NVIDIA, a hot company, is investing hundreds of billions of dollars. They just announced. TSMC, the biggest, most important company in the world of chips from Taiwan, with no investment from us, is investing $200 billion. And they said the reason was, number one, the election of November 5th, and number two, the tariffs. They don't want to pay the tariffs, and the way they're not paying it is to build their plant here. So we're going to go from almost no percentage. We used to have 100% of the chip market. Now it's all in Taiwan. Almost all of it's in Taiwan. A couple of other countries, but mostly in Taiwan. And think of it. We had 100%. We lost it because of people in that office that didn't do their job. They allowed it to be stolen from us. Johnson & Johnson, great company, $55 billion. Eli Lilly, $27 billion. Meta is investing $500 billion. Wow. DeMac is investing $20 billion. CMA, CGM, $20 billion. And then you have Merck, Clarios, Stellantis, General Motors, GE Aerospace, Honda, Nissan, Hyundai are all putting in billions and billions of dollars, and they're committed 100%. And we've never had, and this is after 2.5 months. This is after.
What's up, Joseph? How are you, man?
Place as soon as we came out with what everybody wanted to do. I watched the gentleman today on.
I saw the Braves. The Braves are still looking to get their first win of the season, right?
And he said,
all right. I was just watching the news. My bad. Let's switch over. Let's see what we got. We got looks like 2 minutes till first pitch. Yeah, I was just checking the standings. I didn't realize that the Atlanta Braves they're 0-6. I've been kind of busy the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to stream. I apologize for not being here Monday and Tuesday. Had some stuff I had to handle. But I did catch the end of the game yesterday. I saw my Mets lose. So, yeah, it is what it is. Can't win them all, right? Started off on the West Coast. It's always tough if you look at the division, especially Mets. They always have a hard time with the West Coast series, especially when you have multiple series in the West Coast, and then you come back home, and it's almost like you're jet lagged. So it looks like the Braves maybe, they had, their West Coast start, and they just kind of like jet lagged. Personally, I think, and this is just my opinion, do with this what you will. I think when you come back from the West Coast, you should have 2 days rest. I think you need, or an extra day's rest. I think you just need to get settled back into the time zone. I understand they're professional athletes, but there was one season, it was either last season or the season before last season, where the Mets were in the West Coast for like 3 series in a row before they came home. And they came home and they just were getting smoked at Citi Field. So, I'm not a professional athlete. I don't know anything about sports, but I just think that sometimes those West Coast trips, between the time zone changes and the altitude and the temperature, I think it takes a lot out of guys. We should be getting the first pitch any second now. In the meantime, if you want, subscribe to the channel, like the stream, share it with your friends. That's entirely up to you. I greatly Appreciate it. All right, coming out of commercial break on SNY. See what we got here.
Everybody wants a piece of Steve. Getting the big fat head, too. Is he writing
Steve Gelb is signing autographs and taking pictures with some young fans there.
He is he's firmly in demand.
Starting lineup for the Mets: Lindor, Soto, Alonso Winker, Vientos, Beatty, Taylor, and Hayden Sanger is going to play catcher today. Righties on the bench: Torrens, Marte Acuna, and Siri. Nothing else to report there.
Chance to catch today for the Mets. Jesse Winker moves up ahead of Mark Vientos in the batting order. Vientos has been struggling in the early season.
All right, Lindor steps up to the plate. Gillespie on the mound. Right-handed pitcher. All right, here we go. First pitch of the game. Ball. What? I don't know about that. They call that a strike. Gillespie, Friday versus Pitt. 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 85 pitches. Counts 0-1.
3 relief appearances in September.
Showing bunt, and it goes foul and backwards towards third base. 0-2 for Lindor. Lindor this season 1 for 15, no homers, 2 RBIs, and a 184 OPS. This series he's 1 for 4 with an RBI and the stolen base.
To the go-ahead runs for Miami. For the 4th time in his career that Lindor has made.
Next pitch to Francisco Lindor.
Apologized to Kodai Senga after the game for committing the error that cost him the 2 runs, and Senga's reaction was, "This guy has helped me so much. I should have gotten through the inning and not made it be a thing."
Here's the 0-2. And that's a foul. 0-2 for Lindor. They just said they're keeping the roof open. There's a shadow over at right field. Everything else sunny.
81 degrees. There's a little wind blowing out of the east-southeast. 17
0-2 for Lindor. Next pitch.
How that will affect the ball in play, given the nature of the
foul. First base side. Count's going to stay 0-2 for Lindor.
It just feels more like
on deck is Juan Soto.
You feel like you're in an echo chamber.
Staying loose.
The roof is closed. Juan Soto on deck, and then Pete Alonso for the Mets. Mets faced Gillespie in spring training this year, but
Gillespie taking his time here. Jesus Christ. Here's the pitch. Down.
Downstairs with a slider.
Slider in the dirt. Counts 1-2.
Against the Pirates last Friday, in 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, 4 walks.
It's like Gillespie going to take a second.
4-3. Marlins are strapped for starting pitching these days, with Ryan Weathers and Braxton Garrett and Yuri Perez all out for the long term.
Next pitch. He got him.
Upstairs with a cutter.
Upstairs cutter. 1 out. Hicks is the catcher. Mervis first. Lopez second. Edwards short. Paulie is third base. He's the rookie from Miami. Hicks is also the rookie at the catcher position today. They're going to show the outfield. Conan left. Solange center, Stowers right. I know I butchered that, but it is what it is. All right, Juan Soto comes up with a 250 batting average. Got him. Cutter, strike, counts 0-1. Juan Soto 4 for 16, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 955 OPS, 1 for 7 on the series, playing right field today. Here's the 0-1.
Scored 10 runs. Their first and to this date only positive offensive game.
Little low.
And Soto tries to hold the swing, does so on the changeup down, and it's 1-1.
Apparently that was a changeup. Counts 1-1 for Juan Soto.
79 through their first 5 games. Their on-base percentage as a team is just .275, so they haven't had a lot of opportunities, and when they've had them, they've had trouble cashing them in.
Logan.
So it takes a sweeper.
Sweeper low, counts 2-1.
Mets, when they've had runners in scoring position, are 4 for 32. That's a 125 average, which is pretty bad, but not as bad as the Atlanta Braves. See what the Braves have done so far?
They're hitting 137 as a team. That's all I know.
They are 1 for 34 with runners in scoring position.
Hit.
Hard toward the hole.
Finds the hole at right field. Rolls up.
So
And the Mets have a man on first.
1 out, single for Juan Soto. Gillespie struck out.
Mets on base. 1 on, 1 out.
Not too much of a plate to Soto, and he happens it through the hole.
Oh, just a slider that didn't do much. And what's impressive about that bat, we see it all the time, is the tremendous eye at the plate. Soto does not chase.
So now Pete Alonso took an 0 for last night after his grand slam.
Alonso, big swing and a miss. Counts 0-1. That was the sweeper, said Gary. Alonso, 3 for 17, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 686 OPS, 2 for 8 this series, home run, and 4 RBIs. That's a clean shaven Pete.
227 home runs for his major league career.
Swing and a miss again.
Sweeper.
Sweeper, counts 0-2.
Throw that pitch further out of the strike zone. He's got 2
Alonso chasing on both those.
Gillespie last year had 3 relief appearances. I mentioned
12 pitches for Gillespie, just in case you're wondering.
He only gave up 2 runs.
He was taken off
Here's the 0-2.
roster.
That's away.
Signed as a free
Ball
agent
counts
with
1 and 2.
The Braves in November. The Braves that put up waivers. And the Marlins.
Alonso, his career versus Miami, 2.26 average, 28 home runs, 59 RBIs, 826 OPS. That's in a total of 92 games in Pete's career against the Marlins.
3 out of 4. And they stole
Here
2
is
bases
the
off.
1-2.
Neil Cruz had a 2-run home run that beat him.
1-2 to Alonso with Soto at first.
Got a piece of it, ripped it over towards right field. That'll drop. Soto could possibly go home. He's getting waved home. He's putting on the Jets. He's going to go safe. Mets draw first blood. 1-0 Metropolitans. Pete Alonso's on second base. Only 1 out.
Soto was not the fastest runner. Lopez made a pretty good relay throw, but Soto got around the tag to score the run.
Nice. 1-0 Mets.
To give the Mets the early lead.
Well, we love to see Pete do this. Now, remember, the grand slam was in that direction as well, the opposite gap. And he drives that ball. Looked really bad on the breaking balls. The first 2 strikes. It's a perfect relay throw.
Yeah, that was a good relay throw from outfield, but Soto's going to score.
Tagged by Hicks. And the Mets
Next man up, Nimmo. Looks like a ball upstairs.
Brandon 3 for 8 in the 2 games. Comes in with an 879 OPS over the first 5 games of the season.
Pop up for Nimmo. Playable behind first.
Lopez is going to call for it.
Out.
And he puts it away for the second out.
2 outs, Alonso on second.
Fundamentals right here. Perfect relay throw to the second.
Yeah, how about that Soto? How about that Soto, B? How about it?
To the catcher, but a little up the line. If it had been at the base, it would have been an out. And as Gary mentioned, Soto, it's not.
Yeah, Soto's not the fastest runner.
Blistering fast. He traveled up home.
Jesse Winker moved up to the number 5 spot. Of the
All right, Winker up at bat, 200 batting average. Popped up. Damn, he's going to be out. Foul territory by third base. Out. All right, well, 1-0 Mets. Headed bottom of the first. Commercial break. I will be right back.
Baseball is back. chores, we see a chance to make our little slice of paradise more paradise. That's why we only use professional-grade Echo Power. Built to take on that janky limb, those knee-deep leaves, and that overgrown Prunus loricerasis. Because any yard worth doing is worth doing well. We are yarders.
Season start is presented by PNC Bank. Let's be heading upriver after the game today.
Edwards, Towers, Conan, Mervis, Lopez, Paulie, Hicks, Wagaman, and the guy's name I can't pronounce, Solandra, Bridge Hill, Myers, Fortes, Rice on the bench for Marlins. Clay Holmes, 4.2 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 89 pitches in his last outing. Here we go. Hit.
Xavier Edwards is the first.
Lindor. Alonso out.
One pitch, one ground ball out for Holmes.
Good ground out there, boys. Lindor to Alonso.
Oh, they're getting on him after the 2 errors.
Torpedo pizza, torpedo soda, torpedo burrito. Sanger catcher, Alonso first, Beatty second, Lindor short, Vientos third. Outfield, Juan Soto right field.
And out in the outfield,
Taylor center, Nimmo left. Juan Soto, our 4-time All-Star, playing right field today. In the shade. Stowers takes a fastball for a strike. I think that was a fastball. Counts 0-1. Please like the stream when you get a chance. Yeah, what's with all the talk about the torpedo bats, B? What's that about? Stowers, 5 for 16, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 950 OPS, 1 for 4 this series with a home run and a pair of RBIs.
Jeremy Heffer was talking about it after his start last Thursday. And
hit, foul, counts 0-2.
The Mets had an inning where they batted it. Gave 3 outs of just 7 pitches, and Holmes went charging out of the dugout to take them out to the next half inning. Well, you know, as a starting pitcher, you can linger for an extra 30 seconds, rest yourself, get your mind right, and go back out to the mound. As a relief pitcher, particularly as a closer, it's
counts 1-2.
100% adrenaline at every moment, and you just can't do that for 6 innings.
Down, ball, counts 2-2.
Slider misses down 2-2. What's interesting today about Holmes' start, when he faced the Astros, he only had 1 left-hand hitter in the lineup.
Clay Holmes has 307 relief appearances to only 5 starts in his MLB career. Pitch, down, full count.
So today there are 6 left-hand hitters in the lineup for the Marlins.
Hey B, what I should know this. What's the starting lineup of Mets? Starting lineup of Mets starting pitchers. He walked them. So Clay Holmes, Peterson, McGill, Sanga.
As well, and had a hit batsman in that Houston start, his first start. So it was just uncharacteristic.
All right, Griffin coming up the bat. He's 3 for 15, a home run, RBI, 600 OPS, 1 for 5. Conan, he's 1 for 5. And Canning. That's our 5?
Real high.
And we're just waiting for Manaea? Strike. Looked like a 4-seam fastball at 95 miles per hour. Counts 0-1.
Now 32 years old. In fact, opening day was his 32nd birthday. 9th round draft pick by the Pirates back in 2011. Made it to the big
Foul.
leagues with Pittsburgh in 2018. That's when he had
Counts 0-2.
4 prior starts before this season. And as we outlined during his first start, it was not Holmes or the Mets who had the first notion that he could be a starting pitcher again. It actually came from other teams that he
Conan has a 200 batting average, by the way. That's a strike. Get out of here. 2 outs.
Slider, and Conan is out looking.
Manaea re-injured himself yesterday. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Excellent pitch.
I'm not surprised. You know what does surprise me? The Braves haven't won yet. Matt Mervis, 1 for 10, no home run, no RBI, 282 OPS, 0 for 3 this series.
Signed up to a 2-year deal and wound up being the opening day starter. That's it.
Imagine. And that's going to get past Beatty. And runners on first and second with 2 outs. Why are we struggling against the Marlins? Come on.
This field is not a natural grass. It's a synthetic turf, and it's very fast. But to me, all the ballparks today,
Half the stadium is not even full.
greens. They're very
Less than half the
outfield and
stadium.
infield, and that ball just ate.
Look at that. Look at how many of the open
If
seats
he'd
there
have
are
made
there.
that play, that'd have been one heck of a play. There's a look at it. You don't have to water those folks.
Braves are awesome. They will recover. Oh,
Gonzalo Lopez,
all right,
second
B.
baseman, off to a terrific start.
Ball in the dirt. Counts 1-0.
Blocks the slider in the dirt for ball one.
That was a low slider. That was pitch 12 from Holmes.
Lopez hit a 2-run homer in the first game of this series. An opposite field shot off the face.
So do the
of
Mets. The
second
Mets have a
inning.
ton of injuries themselves.
He's been
Otto
hot
Lopez,
for this
348
ball
batting average.
club. 2-2 out.
Hit
Lopez hits a sharp
over to third.
to Vientos.
out at second. That's the end of one. 1-0 Mets headed to the second. Mets up after these commercials. You know who scares me? The West Coast teams scare me. All of them. They all scare me. Dodgers always scare me, bro.
Great, but the money, it just keeps growing.
Savings growing?
Yes.
Checking too?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Low rates on loans?
Yes.
It's
I think the Mets will get in.
Profit banking with Jovian, and it causes that inflammation of money and happiness.
I also think the Mets need to stop having
It
injuries.
is, and the best thing you can do is spread the word.
Oh yeah, we're missing Jeff McNeil. We're missing Francisco Alvarez. We're missing Minaya. We're missing Frankie Montas. We're missing somebody else as well. We have a couple of starters we're missing. We're missing our starting catcher.
Second inning,
At one point, he was like the
Vientos
top
takes
prospect in MLB.
Takes a sweeper for a strike.
Sweeper for a strike to Vientos. Counts 0-1. Vientos 2 for 19. No home runs, 1 RBI, 401 OPS. Oh yeah, Blackburn. Blackburn we're also missing.
And
Counts
Vientos
0-2.
probably had a chance to beat it out, but he slowed down right before he got to first base. And we were speculating at the time whether anybody would talk to him after the game, and it turns out that both Antoine Richardson, the Mets first base coach, and Francisco Lindor.
There's no game tomorrow, right? The next game is like 3:10 on Friday.
Mark was talking with writers today and said
That's
it was
low.
unacceptable. Yeah, it'll never happen again.
And you just worry, you're
Counts
off
1
to
and
a
2
slow
for
start.
Vientos.
He's hitting
Vientos
the ball hard,
0.501 batting average.
But he's off to a
So I'll stream
2-19
Friday. I just
start.
might be a couple minutes
Can't
late.
let that affect you.
And we also saw in the ninth inning when he flied out with a couple of men on, he
Ball outside. Counts 2 and 2.
his equipment, and he's obviously a little frustrated right now with the start he's gotten off to, but he's such a talented player. We saw last year what he's capable of. He'll come around for him, but right now he's feeling it.
Ooh, that's smoked. Go, baby. Go, baby. Warning track. Warning track. Damn.
Slows and makes the
Out.
catch. I think the wind caught that ball.
Yeah, maybe the
It was
wind
off the
helped it
bat.
stay
That
in.
looked like it was
One out.
sailing out of here, and again, it's a 17-mile-an-hour wind, and it's hard to tell how it plays because of the configuration of this stadium. But that
Yeah, that sucks,
died.
Joseph.
Well, left field, you're looking towards downtown.
Wow, look at how many
Miami, which
open
is to the
seats there
east.
are at this.
And you said there was a southeastern
ballpark.
breeze here, so it's going to be blowing through that open area. I thought he crushed that ball.
Beatty?
Beatty tops
Sloppy
on
hit.
third.
To third, to first, out.
Throws them out. They're 2 away.
All right, 2 outs.
I mean, there are no flags inside, so you can't really see how they're blowing. There's some trees just outside the ballpark, but
Well, they're not.
I mean, the roof is open here so rarely. It's hard to get a read on how it plays on a windy day. I think we just got to measure, at least for the moment, of how that ball is.
Tyrone Taylor, 1 for 9. No home runs, no RBIs, 2-2-2
The
OPS.
series started the first 2 games of this series.
Ball inside.
So it takes change up inside ball 1. Taylor started the first 2 games of the season in Houston. Series started the next.
What up,
3.
Lug?
And Taylor back in there today.
Good to see you, Lug.
1 for 9 to start the year. It was interesting.
All on a strike for Taylor. Taylor with a 111 batting average. That was pitch 25 from Gillespie.
That's kind of the new thing. Siri, more of a low ball hitter. Swing path good for against a sinker ball pitcher. But
Swing and a miss.
High riding fastball. Taylor is
Counts 1 and 2.
Stays level up in that high ball. He's a good high ball hitter. So that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Gillespie's not a sinker baller, but he's also.
Yeah, she had a ton of fun there.
Seen a lot of cutters, changeups, sweepers. There's a fastball on the outside.
Ooh, got him on the outside. 3 outs. All right. Caught him looking.
That's the 1, 2, 3.
All right. Yeah, I think they all should use performance-enhancing drugs, to be honest with you. I think it makes the game more exciting. Yeah, B. I say let them juice. That's just me. There was this MMA organization back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s called Pride FC, and they didn't test for steroids or performance-enhancing drugs, and some of those fights were fucking crazy and entertaining. Remember how exciting the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa shit was in, what was that, 98? Mark McGwire had testosterone just flowing through every ounce of his body. Here's the pitch. Hit. Lindor. Alonso. Out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Sweet.
For the second straight inning, Holmes has an out on his first pitch.
Jammed him.
Yeah, they had that too.
I heard the bat splinter.
1 out.
Since we're in South Florida and Cuban
Liam Hicks.
area around
Nothing
here,
to report other than a .111 OPS.
Cocina. That's what they say in Little Havana.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's cool, Joseph.
I actually ate at a terrific. We had lunch at a terrific Cuban restaurant called Havana Harry's, about 5 minutes from the hotel.
Hit.
Havana Harry's
Foul.
sounds like a place Hemingway might have dined at.
Exactly. I was, in a Uber, and we had a Cuban, really nice Cuban driver. First day we were in town, and he recommended, so I went there for lunch, and
Hit. Foul.
a great picker producer. He would have had a heart attack. He didn't sweat like we had, like he had ketchup.
So you're saying food was spicy?
What was Pete Rose's cause of death?
Heavy, of course.
Well,
Counts 0-2 for hits.
spots. Could have been the Camarones. Liam Hicks at the plate. And he takes
They call that a ball.
Strike zone 1-2.
I have the Ropa Vieja. It was delicious.
You know what Ropa Vieja means?
That's cool, Joseph.
Yes, old rope. Yep. But it's shredded beef.
The rope was good.
Yeah. Good rope.
Ball inside, almost
Wait,
hit him.
you see
Counts
the other
2-2.
day, who was it? Was it Wilson Contreras peeling back tape off his bat and putting it in his mouth?
No.
Yeah. It looked like he was actually eating it. I think he was just chewing
Hit.
on it.
That's over the head. Rolls up left field. So 1-on-1 out for Miami. Miami with the tying run on first.
They're asking to take that ball out of play. Right now, Holmes has possession of it. He doesn't realize it. And now he gives up the ball and tosses it away.
Well, good approach on a sinker ball pitcher. You're a left-hand hitter. If you're going to sit on that sinker, don't try to pull it, particularly if it's down.
Oh, some kind of diabetes.
Hicks has one for his mantelpiece, and now Eric Wagaman, the number 8 hitter, takes a fastball.
Strike, counts 0-1.
DH. And a home run of the
Wagaman, 4 for 16, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 688 OPS, 2 for 5. This series with a home run and a pair of RBIs. Counts 0-1, next pitch.
For Yankee prospect.
That's a strike.
Takes a cutter at the top.
They said it's a cutter, counts 0-2.
Clay Holmes last year as a reliever basically was a 2-pitch pitcher. Sinkers and sliders.
Popped up. Somebody play this shit.
Field, but right there waiting for it is Taylor.
Taylor with the out, 2 outs. Nice.
So 2-away, hit still at first. There's your spectrum high-speed pitching. Talking about Holmes' sinker, which he used 56% of the time last year, 49% of the time against the Astros, and I would bet will be far less than that today.
He just didn't have it, and that can kind of be not confusing, but you can kind of disregard that because in your start, if he doesn't have it, he didn't have command of that sinker. Of course, he's not going to throw it 56% of the time.
He threw a ton of sliders in that.
Yes.
And
Oh,
again,
shit.
it was
That
a
sounds
lineup with 8 right-handed bats.
very
So it certainly
serious.
makes sense.
Joseph.
So here's so
what was that? Foul counts 0-2.
In the first start, but he's still 4 changeups already. Barely threw his cutter in that last start. So the cutter and changeup, he's already thrown more today than he did his entire outing the first time around.
And he's more settled in now. It's his second start.
Javier Sanoja batting 9th in the order, down 0-2. And he's
Got him. 3 outs. We're going to the third.
And Holmes has his second strikeout to get himself through the.
Moving right along, boys. What do the Mets have coming up? Friday, Blue Jays? Is that what they have? Let's see. Yeah, Blue Jays, 3:10 p.m. Friday. Saturday, 7:10. Blue Jays, and 1:40 Sunday. And then the Marlins come to our place. Wednesday's game is 1:10. I will not be doing it. Friday, they have a 10 o'clock game. I'll stay up and do that game with you guys. They have a Wednesday game on the 16th. I won't be able to do that. It's 1:10. May 5th and 6th. What days is that? Damn, May 5th and 6th, 9:40 p.m. Monday, Tuesday. Guess I'll be getting a little sleep that night.
Singer's first big league start tonight. He takes
Strike. Counts 0-1
Connor Gillespie.
for Sanger.
He will turn 28
AA,
tomorrow.
AAA.
He's had
55
1
games,
that was
3 home
against
runs.
Josh Hader with the bases loaded on opening day. And now he gets a chance to start a game for himself.
Hit.
Browns went out to shortstop.
Shortstop to first.
Edwards.
Out.
He throws that one away.
1 away.
Some other notes from around the majors today. Ivan Herrera hit 3 home runs today for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Francisco Lindor 0-for-1 today. Struck out earlier on the season. 1 for 16 with 2 RBIs.
And Ivan Herrera is the first Cardinal catcher.
Lindor was K'd up in the very first. He's laughing about something. I don't know what's going on here.
I think of Ted Simmons. He was
Gillespie
20,
about to throw pitch
but,
number
Guy
30.
Lane wasn't a big home run hitter.
and he had that big ballpark too.
Timmy Carter, not a big home run hitter.
No,
Here's Francisco Lindor. Well, they moved Wilson Contreras to first base to get Herrera's bat into the lineup because he's considered that first catcher. Contreras has gotten off to a miserable start. He's
Counts 0-1.
But Herrera holding up his end, and the Cardinals are now 4-2.
Counts 1-1.
Side, Francisco struck out his first time up. Also today, Jack Leiter threw 5 scoreless innings for the Texas Rangers, and they beat the Reds 1-0. Last night, David Baldy threw a complete game, had Texas beat the Reds 1-0.
Hit.
That's pulled foul by Lindor.
Pulled foul.
The Texas Rangers moved from Washington to Texas in 1972. So that's what, 53 years ago? Wow. It's the first time they have ever had back-to-back 1-0 wins since they moved to Texas. Really? Congratulations to Jack. Was that Dallas kid? Looks like he's going to be a good one.
Hit
Towards short. Right at Edwards.
First.
Lindor's
Lindor's out. 2 outs.
So Gillespie holding up his end for the Marlins. So
Juan Soto. Watch him hit a home run here. You want to see me go absolutely bananas? Have Juan Soto hit a home run right here and right now. Mr. 700 plus million. Soto 1-for-1 single and a run in first. 1 home run in the season.
So here's Soto, who had
5 for 17. Over 1,000 OPS, by the way.
When Soto first
Strike. Soto just froze up and looked it down. Counts 0-1.
He took a pitch for a strike and then decided no more sunglasses.
it's in the shade, and he wasn't going to be able to focus, zone in on that ball.
Strike again. Same spot. Counts 0-2. Soto even went like this. Because he knew he should have.
Slider down ahead and a fastball.
He should have went after that one. He's not wearing the shades anymore, by the way. He threw them shits to the side. Counts 0-2.
Alonso would be next.
Down. Counts 1-2. He laid off the changeup there from Gillespie. 1-2 count.
It's a pitch you can waste. I always like
And Soto's going to burn his timeout. We got 36 pitches from Gillespie.
inside, or then you can
If you're keeping track or if you need to know.
A hitter with 2
Soto going to step back in the box, refind his footing here. Wide stance.
There, protecting the plate. Going up
He's
the
ready to go. Here's the pitch. Upstairs.
So that cutter high, and it's 2-2.
That was a high cutter. Counts 2-2.
One thing about Soto, he does not mind hitting with 2 strikes.
Soto took a peek over at right field. Here's the 2-2.
Gillespie's 2-2.
Oh, he was swinging for it. Oh, he struck him out.
Third strikeout for Gillespie.
And Soto gives him respect. He's like, all right, I got caught. We're headed to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Mets commercial break. In the meantime, if you want, subscribe to the channel, like the stream. I'll be right back.
Taylor climbs into their home. Good drag bunt by Xavier Edwards. Beatty with the bare hand play, and he got him!
Oh, Beatty, bare hand play to Alonso, got the out at first.
But Beatty did everything he could. Grabbed it with the bare hand, made the quick toss to Alonso. We'll see if the Marlins challenge the call.
Are they going to challenge? No. They're not challenging. Oh, they are. They are. Let me see the replay.
A nice play by Beatty.
I think he's out.
Here. Let's see. Oh, he beat it.
Oh, he's fucking safe.
10 feet away from it. Let's go.
Shane Lyman's Parker, the first base umpire, making the call. And clearly that one's going to
Oh,
Oh.
that's a base hit.
Bill Miller and Ron Colfer are the crew chiefs in the replay center. And Edwards certainly knew that he'd be that, but you really can't execute a drag bunt any better than that. Once you get it past the pitcher, it's almost an impossible play for the second baseman. What a Citizens Bank replay.
Look at that. That's so sensory overload right there.
Exactly.
In the headquarters there, each I know. Hold on.
After review, the call the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
Runner safe on first.
I understand there's multiple games going on in the replay center. So it's a leadoff bunt hit for Edwards.
Gotta watch him still in bases.
Stowers coming up to bat. He was walked in the first. He's 5 for 16. A home run and 4 RBIs.
Stolen bases in just 70 big league games last year. He has one so far this year. Bowles is not easy to run on, though.
Ball.
And you'd think with the right-hander he'd go down the third base line, but his intent was to push it up the first base line.
Doesn't have a huge lead at first. And
Ball.
Stowers takes a cutter up and away, and it's 2-0. Stowers
Counts 2-0.
his first time up. Buries that one low and in.
Low and in, counts 3-0.
You see, very half his foot is off the rubber on the first base side. Very wide spread from the stretch.
And he walked Stowers.
He walked him. I think he did that shit on purpose.
2 men on. So Stowers walks for the second time. Holmes was most upset with himself after his first start about the fact that he walked 4.
2-1 and no outs for Miami. Go ahead, runs on first.
And a hit. That's
We got some work to do here, guys.
3 passes.
I mean, he's thrown. First pitch.
Griffin up at bat, 0 for 1, struck out in the first, 1 home run of the season, 1 RBI on the season.
Griffin Conine bats with 2 men on and nobody out. Conine took a call third strike and a backdoor slider his first time up. And he lifts one foul down the left field side.
Foul.
Someone gives a look, but that'll be out of play.
Left field corner.
That ball's fair. It's a home run. But the ball's just been carrying here, except
To left center.
That guy's sitting by himself.
I think the wind is dying down a little bit.
it feels that way.
Counts 0-1.
That's
Oh,
good.
shit.
Center field hit well. Back goes Taylor to the bad route, and it goes in for a base
That's going to
hit.
drop, base hit.
To third, it's going to be held up there. But then now there's nobody covering second.
Nobody's covering. What the fuck? Oh my god, nobody's covering any of the bases there
First, Taylor
on first and second, and we could have got both those guys out. They were.
left turn at the last moment, and it was too late as it fell in. Edwards was
What are they
taking
doing?
off, so we had to stop at third, and then everybody else had to scramble back.
Watch Taylor here.
Everybody had to scramble back. Taylor's just like la-di-da, throws it. Lindor cuts the throw off to Beatty, and there's nobody covering first base. He could have got the out.
Edwards is halfway. I thought he should have sent him here. It was a very, very safe.
Bases loaded. No outs.
By Blake Lally, the third base coach.
And a ball. What did Miami do wrong
Stowers
here?
got to pick up the runners in front of him. He's not even paying attention.
Yeah, Stowers was caught in the middle. Could have got that out and could have got the out. Come on, Mets.
And the same thing for this young man. Not picking up the runners. God, stop. You look at the ball, you got to get a view of the play in front of you.
Unbelievable.
Where the runners are. 9 times out of 10.
Counts 1-0.
Sent home, and everything's fine. It's a double. It should have been a double.
And of course, if you're wondering why Alonso's not at first base, once that runner goes towards second, it's his responsibility to either follow the runner to second or get a cutoff.
Well, he's a cutoff man.
Oh, whatever. Ball again. Clay Holmes is stinking up the joint right now. Counts 2-0. Matt Mervis, 1-for-1, single. Watch him walk in a run.
Bases loaded and nobody out, and now Matt Mervis, who had a base hit to right field his first time up, is ahead of the count 2-0. And
This dude's really struggling right now. Foul, counts 2-1.
2 balls and a strike.
I just thought it was really safety first by the third base coach there. You got a fast runner in Edwards, and Edwards would have scored. It would have been second and third, but they got away with it.
Rare misplay by Tyrone Taylor, who's such a good outfielder. And that sails high. And
That's upstairs. Counts 3-1. He's in danger of walking in a run, guys.
He's behind on Mervis, the cleanup hitter, 3-1.
Got to come in.
Otto Lopez on deck. He's 0-for-1 on the day.
Strike here, Gary.
Mervis was a huge home run hitter in the minor leagues. In an advantageous spot here. He pulls one.
Pulled it foul. Full count. You got to get a strikeout here. You got to get a strikeout here and then play a double play.
Sort of hockey swing a little bit. He strikes that ball down.
Why? What's happening to Around the Horn? That's the ESPN show, right? What, do they have bad ratings?
Three-two coming to Mervis.
Hit. Right field. Out. Runner's going to tag and go, though. This is going to score a run and tied up.
And over to third goes Stowers. Sacrifice fly for Mervis. Ties the game at 1.
Boy, oh boy, that was very fortunate right there. That was a bullet. And it just got some air. This was just
Around the Horn has been around for 20 years. Why are they ending?
Good base running on this play. Tag at second base.
So now Holmes will try and minimize the damage. The thing about Holmes is he generates so many ground balls that you hope he can get out of it with a double play. Now Lopez at the plate. Hit the ball on the ground his first time up, and Holmes has been up in this inning. He sailed that slider up. Ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Got Lopez to roll over or pull a slider right at Vientos the first at bat. That's what Holmes needs right now.
He gets that sweet break for a strike, and it's 1-1. Stowers is the runner at third.
Counts 1-1. Yeah, maybe, Joseph. Almost hit him with a pitch. Counts 2-1.
Missed inside.
That was a breaking ball. That missed.
And a spot where he needs the ground ball. Veteran pitcher Holmes, but
Paulie on deck. He's 0-for-1. Here's the 2-1.
Behind the plate.
Foul. Fastball.
Fastball that time.
Counts 2-2.
Lopez off to a terrific start. 8 hits through the first 6 games for the Marlins. Only 2 players in the National League have more. 2-2 from Holmes. He got it on his fist.
Foul. Counts 2-2.
That was ball 3 right there. Up in the strike zone, Garrett. He's lagging his arm on his breaking ball right now. And that's why he's been up with his breaking ball. Just needs a nice little sinker and get it down and in, get a ground ball.
20th pitch of the inning coming up for Holmes. Lopez bounces 1 to third.
The third to home, and he threw it away from the catcher, and they score. Are you serious, Hayden? Are you guys effing serious? That should have been an easy out. What are you doing, Vientos? Why are you throwing it over his head at home?
It would be hard to turn 2, so we opted to go for the play in front of him and throw home. And
Hefner to the mound, scores 2-1 Miami. Idiot.
2-1 lead. We're lucky that didn't go. Runner didn't advance to third on that. Let's take a look here. He could have gone either way. Tried to get 2, but he just didn't execute the throw.
Just think, always want to go for the double play there if you think it's in order, rather than allowing the inning to continue, even if you get the guy at the plate. But I just think because of the speed of Lopez, Vientos, his internal clock told him the better play was to come home. Just didn't make the play. So, an error, no RBI, and now it's 2-1 Miami. And there's still only one out of the inning with runners at first and second. And I grab Paulie, grounded out to short his first.
What's up, Steven? 2-on, 1 out. That pitcher's low to Paulie, counts 1-0.
Well, last night was Francisco Lindor's from the field.
Yeah, they're showing the Lindor errors now.
Had the baby boy, and he just was out of sync last night. And the routine plays, he just wasn't together.
It's a ball. Counts 2-0. You're not getting that call, Holmes. Figure it out.
Fell in for a hit, and now the error by Vientos allowing a run to score. The Marlins have taken advantage of that to take a 2-1 lead. And Holmes behind the count again. There's a high strike, and it's 2-1 to Paul.
Counts 2-1.
Only another guy who hit for a lot of power in the minor leagues. See if it translates at the big league level. Rookie who they acquired from San Diego.
Ball
Again,
upstairs.
Holmes is up.
How many pitches has he thrown this inning, Gare? There you have it.
24.
Counts 3-1. He's about to load the bases again.
That's going to get Ludo up.
That would have been a ball, but he hit it. Foul, full count.
Three guys that can give Mendoza Carlos extra innings. Multiple innings, excuse me.
Well, yesterday was Max Kranick, who not only threw 3 perfect innings, but did it on just 22 pitches, which is a startlingly low number. 3-2 to Paulie with 1 out. And he
Got him. Struck him out. 2 outs. Good changeup.
Big strikeout for Holmes as he picks up the second out of the inning.
Change up, sink. Out of the strike zone. Starts as a strike, sinks. If you fish like that, you're just not going to make contact.
The new pitch this year for Holmes, a kick change where he spikes a finger to create a little different spin.
Ball
rotation.
inside and low.
And
To Hicks. Counts 1-0.
It was very effective in spring training. That he barely threw in his first start against Houston, but he's had success with it a couple of times already today. Now trying to finish off the inning against Liam Hicks, who picked up his first big league hit first time up.
Foul. First base side. Counts 1-1.
Started out on the Texas.
1-1 count.
Then he went to Detroit, taking a little 5 draft by the Marlins, so they have to keep him all year or offer him back.
Foul.
He hits one at the plate, a foul ball, and change up. 1-2. Hard working inning for Clay Holmes. Threw 89 pitches in all in his first start. Could get through the 5th inning.
1-2 count.
Third. 29th pitch of the inning. Only Carter pulled foul. And still 1-2. Breakdown on his pitch selection today. Lots of cutters and changeups, pitches we hardly saw in that first start. Update. We're always updating. To give you the best and latest possible information. 1-2 coming.
That's a ball inside. Counts 2-2. Oh, he went around. He went around. 3 outs. All right. Well, 2-1 Miami. Let's see if we can get a run or two. We're going to the 4th commercial break. Juan Soto players pin. First 15,000 fans Saturday, April 5th. Oh, that's cool. Schedule picture frame. Sunday, April 6th. I'll pass on that. I forgot what I was going to do in the next commercial break. All right, here we go. Pete's going to lead off here, top of the 4th inning.
Let's talk about this for a second.
If you just jumped in the stream, you can see it in the chat. It's 2-1 Miami, top of the 4th. Gillespie has 38 pitches. Alonso up at bat right here, right now. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Pitch, ball on the outside to Alonso, counts 1-0.
Who has been bad in pressure situations.
Alonso had an RBI double in the first. He's got 1 home run on the season.
The entirety of last season.
Next pitch, pitch 40 from Gillespie.
His mechanics back. He said he didn't really feel good about his mechanics until.
That's not a fucking strike. No way.
It was with his take backs, with his low.
No way, dude.
The hitting coaches actually
counts 1-1. No way, dude.
As if he was an actual polar bear. He would get out too soon, wouldn't be able to recognize.
You were calling those balls for freaking
more than we normally saw. So that's what he spent
Clay.
the entire offseason working on. Making sure
that's low, counts 2-1.
His take back and then fire when necessary. And I think the early returns have been pretty good, both in spring training and throughout these first 2 series.
Lonzo does a couple of practice wins here.
The results, which have been pretty good, but the type of at-bats have been more like the Pete Alonso at-bats that we've seen in the past. He seems to be laying off pitches that he was not laying off last season.
Ripped it. Go. Left field. It's going to drop for a double. Alonso's got to pick up the pace here with his big ass. And he's good. All right. Another double. Another double for Alonso. Tying run in scoring position. All right. Next man up.
And that got over the head of Conine. Now this ball was ripped.
Yeah, Alonso got a good chunk of that.
Away enough. Watch Conine's reaction.
If it had a little bit more on it, man. Couple of more feet, that could have been a home run.
Once he turned that way, it was no chance whatsoever.
So the Mets have their 3rd hit.
Nimmo up at bat. Nimmo 0 for 1 on the day.
Brandon Nimmo, the batter. You know, I take Pete at his word. That consciously.
That's upstairs. Counts 1-0. Brendan Nimmo 0 for 1 popped out earlier. 2 home runs on the season, 3 RBIs. Alonso.
That is a telltale sign that.
Was he giving him a hand signal?
I don't think he was lunging so much. He was just pulling. Everything was pulling.
Counts 1-0. That was weird.
Shortstops were playing him in the hole between third and.
That's a strike. I don't know if that was a fastball or what, but counts 1-1.
Everything hard on the ground. Did chase. And I just think sometimes with all this information and all the video that you can overthink things. You know, just
strike, counts 1 and 2.
Basics when you're struggling. Work if you're out in front and pulling, you're looking. Work in VP to the right.
Yeah, he's giving him a hand signal. I don't know what that is though.
Work that way until you find it again. Not my hand.
I can't remember a time I've seen Alonso do that. That's low. Counts 2 and 2.
Popped up his first time up. By the way, that double a moment ago by Alonso, 113 miles an hour.
Winker on deck. Counts 2-2. Winker's 0 for 1 on the day.
113 towards the end of his bat. That's how
B, did you see that hand signal Alonso was giving Nimmo? Here's the 2-2.
2-2 to Nimmo.
He ripped it upwards. Right center field. It's playable. Alonso might tag and go. He's going to tag and go. And 1 out, Alonso on third.
Brandon's had 2 at-bats.
Maybe that was the hand signal. Hey, just make contact. Give me something and I'll advance.
Just got under that one.
Jesse Winker, DH, 0 for 1, fouled out in the first. No home runs in the season, 1 RBI.
So now 1 out. Alonso at third. Here's Jesse Winker. Popped up on the first pitch he saw his first time up, and the Marlins ran the infield in at the time. We're at a third and 1 out.
He got him with a cutter off the plate inside, jammed him.
He goes after a first pitch cutter again.
Yep. Same pitch, Gary.
Well, Friday is the home opener for the Mets. 3:10 first pitch. Tyler McGill will get the honors. Kevin Gausman, who was in line to pitch today for Toronto, they pushed him back, and he's going to go Friday, which is one without him today. Beat the Nationals 4-2. Toronto now 5-2 to start the season. Bichette's off to a great start for the Jays.
Counts 1 and 1.
Andres Jimenez has 3 home runs early in the season. Picked up Jeff Hoffman to be their closer. He's been great so far. So things going well so far in Toronto, even though Vladimir Guerrero's off to a slow start.
That's high. Counts 2-1.
There's a lot of pressure in Toronto this year. There's a lot of conversation about how underperforming that team has been over the last couple of seasons. And Guerrero is set to be a free agent after this year. That will only intensify unless they win. And so far, they're winning. 3-1
Ball. Counts 3 and 1 for Winker. Vientos on deck. He's 0 for 1.
That's came into the day. 4 for 32 this year with runners in scoring position. 0 for 3 so far today. Infield in, 3-1 coming to Winker.
Strike, full count.
3-2. Alonso at third with 1 out. 3-2 coming from Gillespie. And he gets the breaking ball in there.
Oh, he struck him out. Winker thought it was a ball. 2 outs.
So it comes back from 3-1. Winker took a pitch that might have been high for ball for strike 2, and then this sweeper dropped into the zone for strike 3.
On the outsider half. Started out outside, tend to quit on it. Right there. So watch his hands. That you have no chance once you drop those hands.
So 2 out infield back now for Mark Vientos, who flat out to left his first time up.
Foul. Counts on 1.
Sweeper, 0-1.
Mark's got to start thinking like he did last year, thinking right center field. When Carlos Beltran got him in BP.
Mark Vientos 0 for 1 flew out earlier
Gap to
in the
gap,
second.
focus right center field.
Here's the 0-1. This will be pitch 55 from Gillespie.
Of all the Mets in this
Upstairs,
first
counts
week of the
1-1.
season, Vientos has had the most chances to drive in runs. He's 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. And the team now 4 for 36. Gillespie trying to work out of trouble. Fires a fastball in for a strike.
Strike. Counts 1 and 2.
1-2. Blake McCullough, first-year skipper. Having his own learning curve in the first week of the season. It's hard. He's had an undermanned team. Starting so many rookies. And trying to put the pieces together. And so far, so good. They've won 4 of their first 6, and they're leading today. 1-2 coming to Vientos. Beatty would be next. And Mark waves on a
Struck him out.
Strike 3. So Gillespie.
Going bottom of the 4th. Gillespie did his job. If you guys get a chance, could you please like this stream and subscribe to my channel? 2-1 Miami.
For a 30-pitch third inning, in which he yielded 2 runs, only one of them earned. He gets that slider with first strike, and it's 1-1. Wagaman hitting 8th in the order. Javier Sanoja on deck, and then Xavier Edwards for the Marlins. It's popped up right near home plate. Singer shifts.
Singer in foul territory with an out. Good shit.
1 out.
Goodbye, Wagaman.
Clay Holmes is certainly known for his sinker. Last year as a reliever, he threw it 56% of the time. And we figured today he'd throw it less than he did in Houston, and that's certainly been the case. Javier Sanoja, who struck out his first time up.
Sanoja takes a ball upstairs. Almost hit him in the face. Counts 1-0.
So we all expected the National League East to be a juggernaut this year, right?
It's the West.
Braves and Phillies and the Mets.
Down.
Well, they're 3-1. So the Braves are 0-6. The
Counts 2-0.
2-3.
Sanoja 0 for 1 struck out in the second. Has nothing really. He's 1 for 9.
So it's just,
Next
it's
pitch.
a long season. And the first week is only the first week, but
Ball inside counts 3-0. That was pitch 61 from Holmes.
the National League West
Sherlock Holmes.
came into the day 21-6.
He's pitching around him right now. I don't
Giants
know
are
why.
losing their games today. The Dodgers are 7-0.
There you go. Drop in for a strike. Counts
World Series
3-1.
champion to come out of the gate 7-0 since the 1933 Yankees. The Padres are
Oh, I feel like Clay
6-0
Holmes
for the
needs
first
a
time
breather
in
or something,
history.
man. Edwards on deck. He's 1 for 2.
The Giants are 4-1. By the way,
Next
Wilmer
pitch.
Flores is 4th home
Foul.
run
Full count. That was a foul on the third base side.
Always happy.
Yes, you do. Look at the hands here. He got down on the knob with that pinky. So it's got it covered.
All right, cool. He's got a weird way he holds his back. Great. Let's get back to the ball. Full count.
And over the knob.
Gives you more length on the bat. If I did that, it would be off the guard with a good changeup, Gary.
And Holmes blows
Struck
the
him out.
fastball by him. And Sanoja is down on strikes.
Good. 2 outs.
5 strikeouts now for Holmes.
5 Ks on the day
A
for Clay.
right-hander that had a good changeup. And I stood
It's
this
Keith and
ball
Gary in the
against
booth, by the way.
And either I move closer if that pitch is giving me trouble. If it's a good changeup, he's painting the outside corner, or I go down on the knob to get a little extra inch out there, more barrel.
Now,
I moved around the plate.
if you're moving your hand over the knob,
Yes,
would you prefer to have a bat that didn't have a knob?
I have kind of a knob.
Counts on one for Edwards.
I didn't like that knob that was a right angle from.
Hit back to Clay. He dropped it. Got time to Alonso. Out at first. We're going to the fifth. 2-1 Miami. Be right back. That's such a fucking funny clip. All right, here we go. Top of the fifth. Beatty leads off.
Brett Beatty leads off in the fifth inning with a pitch down a run.
That's low.
Connor Gillespie misses with a sweeper.
Sweeper counts 1-0. Beatty off for one, grounded out in the second.
The fifth against Gillespie, who has sidestepped trouble. He's given up 3 hits over the first 4 innings and has himself the lead. Beatty goes after
swing and a miss, counts 1-1.
And it's 1-1.
He's got a little. It is kind of a sweeper. This guy, Gillespie here.
27-year-old out of VCU.
Foul, counts 1-2.
That changeup, and it's 1-2. So, I mean, he's mixing it up. Every once in a while, he'll pitch backwards and surprise guys with a 2-strike fastball. He's caught a couple of hitters looking with that, but mostly it's a whole bunch of breaking stuff and changeups.
Well, he's throwing his fastball too. He's got a good live arm, and he's made his pitches when he's had to thus far.
Here's the 1-2, and Beatty will use a timeout. Gillespie has 60 pitches.
AAA with Columbus and the Cleveland organization.
Whipped it to first, and he's out at first.
Purvis stumbles to it and makes the play 1 out.
1 out.
Where's everybody?
Well, they're in Walmart today.
No, they're not here.
Well, some of them are.
Miami, Florida, first major city in America founded by a woman.
Ah,
Star Island is the most expensive neighborhood in the United States. Home to the world's largest boat show. First Burger King opened in Miami.
Has he since been
Okay.
deposed?
Cool.
Taylor
Taylor strike counts on one.
Oh,
It's
Taylor
a,
was called out.
oh, it's a strike. Why did he say ball?
Mets a run on 3 hits. The Marlins 2 runs and 4 hits. The teams combined for only 8 hits last night.
Oh, it's a ball.
And
that's a
breaking ball that pops it
pop up
right
at
there,
first foul territory. Out.
Got it, 2 out.
2 outs just like that.
Breaking ball to hit that time. But the Mets are just not hitting right now.
Tyrone's off to a sluggish start. He's 1 for 11 now. He's not feeling it, and he hasn't played in a couple days. So it's kind of it's tough on Carlos Mendoza. You got Siri and you got Marte and you've got Taylor, and you're trying to get them in there.
Hayden up at bat.
There's not enough spots out there.
Ball outside counts 1 out.
Second at bat, rounded out to short his first time up. Nathan Singer, who played his college ball in Miami of Ohio. Best players to come out of Miami of Ohio, Buddy Bell and Charlie Liebrand. But only one Hall of Famer has come out of Miami of Ohio, and he only had 1 career at bat. Walter Alston.
Anthony Veneziano
Out of the Dodgers, so that's the advantage.
up in the bullpen for Miami.
And Singer pops on a foul.
Foul.
Ball 2 strikes.
Counts 1 and 2.
He's never been known for his bat in the minor leagues. 234 with 3 home runs and 3 different levels last year, but the Mets have always valued his defense.
Who did Walter Alston succeed? Was it Charlie Dressen?
He was Clyde Silkworth. No.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Foul and back.
I got to play. Here, Connor and Joe's early thoughts on the starting rotation, main bend and lineup on the latest episode of the Mets Pod, presented by
Counts 1 and 2.
Cadillac. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts. Gillespie trying to finish off the 5th inning. Went 5 in his first start. Singer shoots 1 foul and almost took out Francisco Lindor in the on-deck circle.
That's always scary.
Counts 1 and 2.
Who was it? Was it Juan Encarnacion that ended his career?
In the eye.
Oh, just. That was in St. Louis, correct? Was it Cardinals?
I believe the Cardinals. I'm not sure if it was on the road. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming to Singer.
Lined one over towards right field. That'll drop for. He should be able to get the second.
He's going to stop there.
Yeah.
With his first major league hit.
First major league hit for Hayden. On second base.
28th birthday, Hayden Singer has his first major league hit.
He ripped that slider. Congratulations. One to remember.
So now each side has had.
Hayden Singer, first major league hit.
Liam Hicks got his first big league hit for the Marlins earlier in the game, and now Singer has his.
Fabulous. Stay right with it. Slider, not much of a slider, but out over the plate. Look at him go right with it.
So he's the time run at second with 2 out, and Francisco Lindor coming up.
Lindor 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out.
His first hit of the season last night and drove in a run. That's now with 4 hits on the day. 3 of them have been doubles. 2 by Alonso and now 1 by Singer. And a slider at the feet of Lindor, and he went around.
Lindor went around on that apparently. Counts 0 1.
Francisco looked a little bit jumpy early in the season last year. He's looked a little bit similar early this season. Swinging pitches out of the strike zone, which he did not do later in the year. There's a changeup off the plate. It's a ball and strike.
Well, you
Ball
gotta
and
know
strike.
one thing here. Lindor, with Soto hitting behind him, you know, he's going to have to go after Lindor. That's the beauty of this lineup. This is so deep. Boy, it's really a plus for Lindor with Soto behind him.
Certainly, you would think he would get more pitches to hit. Changeup, that's fouled away, and it's 1-2.
And I want no part of this guy. And, you know, seriously, you don't want any part of Lindor. But right now, he's off to a slow start.
By the way, you were correct, Keith. also replaced Charlie Dressen
That's
in
what I thought.
1954. Then the next year, Brooklyn won their first World Series with Austin at the helm. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Got him.
And so Gillespie again gets himself out of runner in scoring position trouble. Halfway through, 2-1 Miami.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you.
Edwin Diaz healthy. I'm healthy. How about that? I'm healthy. That's a good point, Joseph. That's a good point.
Get it off to our show native Tom Kohler.
Seems like yesterday, Garrett.
It was. One of those great years for the Mets. Hampered by injuries later on because of the shoulder issue. 33 home runs in 2019. That was his high water mark. Also had a 2-home run game in the World Series in 2015 as a rookie. Porto now a Dodger, of all things.
All right. Bottom of the fifth, 2-1 Miami. Clay back on the mound pitching. He's had a total of 66 pitches. Stowers up at bat, walked twice. That's low again, counts 1-0. Kyle Stowers, 2 walks in a run. He's 5 for 16 on the season with a home run and 4 RBIs if you needed to know. Now you know. Next pitch. Ball inside, counts 2-0.
As quickly as he did, there might have been no more dust in May. And he was talking after the game last night about how it has changed him as a person, that he had this near-death experience. Stowers does strike. And he's such a talent. And the Dodgers have a lot of those guys who have been hurt, but have tremendous pitching ability. He threw 5 really good innings against the Braves last night.
Strike counts 2-2.
Stowers and it's 2-2. Holmes has walked Stowers twice in this game. It's the only 2 walks he's allowed. He's given up 4 hits in this game, all singles. He gave up 5 hits in his first start, all singles. And Stowers just
What's up, Morales?
that cutter.
Well, that wasn't a free swing right there.
What's a good word? Counts 2-2 for Stowers.
9 inches inside, just tied him up.
Right for his knee. Change up down for full count to Stowers with Griffin Conine on deck, and then Matt Purvis.
A changeup was low, full count.
Marlins got both their runs in the third. This judge fly ball by Taylor and a throwing error by Vientos, gifting with 2 runs.
Hit. Someone play this. Beatty to Alonso. Out at first, 1 away.
Gillespie, 73 pitches deep into his second start.
And he's got the meat of the Met order if he's going out there for the 6th.
I don't know, Morales. It's not looking good.
Anthony Venetiano.
Venetiano warming up for Miami still.
To try and get the save, but gave up a walk and a single The three batters he faced
Strike, counts 0-1.
had to be bailed out by Anthony Bender.
Conine up at bat. He's 1 for 2 on the day.
Marlins right now with Soto due to lead off in the sixth, so they might be going to the left-hander. That's pulled on the ground. Beatty can't get to this.
Beatty
one.
can't get there.
Right field. Conine has his second hit of the game.
Second hit of the game.
Ball's up in the strike zone. Change up. The fact that it was up, he was able to get the barrel on it. If it had been down, it would have been nothing but trouble for him.
I think that really is the story of Holmes' afternoon so far. Too many pitches up in the strike zone.
Same thing in Houston.
So 1 out and 1 on now. Matt Mervis with a single and delivered around with a sac fly.
Hit.
The Bulls went just foul.
Just foul, first baseline. Counts 0-1.
Reed Garrett up in the bullpen.
Reed Garrett's warming up in our bullpen.
He moves up over 70 pitches for the day. 89 in his first start.
Counts 0-1.
So we'd love to get him through this fifth inning.
Yeah, good luck, Joseph. Down, counts 1-1.
Change up down, ball on a strike.
Matt Mervis, 1 for 1, single, sack fly,
Matt Mervis
RBI.
picked up in the trade from the Cubs.
Sack fly was in the third inning.
This past winter. Played a handful of games with the Cubs the last 2 years. Didn't hit a whole lot. It's a lot of nice strike with a cutter, and it's 1-2.
Counts 1-2.
Alex Lopez was in second, third, and fifth in the batting order in these 3 games. Batting fifth today, he's on deck.
I like him in the 2-hole, not the 5-hole.
You know, everybody now wants a power hitter in that 2-hole. That's where they have Stowers.
Well, I hear you. I like speed at the top. The DH has changed a lot too here. No pitcher hitting.
I feel you,
19
Joseph.
anymore.
Counts 1-2.
Right, that means the number 2 hitter comes up with that many more men on base.
Exactly.
Good changeup.
Got him with the changeup, 2 outs.
Maybe as good a changeup as he threw him all day. 6 strikeouts now for Holmes, 2 out of the inning.
There's a grip. That's what it needs to do. That's perfect. Right to the glove. I can't imagine the 79 Pirates and the Big Red Machine having a DH, and they can put another hitter in that lineup. Those lineups.
Speaking of the 79
Strike to
Pirates
Lopez, counts 1-1.
of that era, how come nobody ever talks about Al Oliver?
I agree. I think Al should. If you look at his numbers, you can go to Baseball Reference. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He was a heck of a player. I thought he was the best number 3 hitter.
Look at that.
There he is.
And he's right on the case. Was that Tommy?
Look at the RBI. I'm sorry. Home runs. I don't care. He was a line drive hitter, and Scoop could hit.
2,743 hits. Lifetime 303 hitter.
Foul, counts 1-2.
He came up as a center fielder, if I recall, and hit second in that lineup, and eventually he moved around 7th. And then as he developed quickly into the hitter that he was in the career that he had, he's a number 3 hitter for the Pirates.
Pirates, then to Texas, and maybe had his best year in Montreal. In 1982, he had 331. Yep. Drove in 109
Counts 1-2.
runs and a 906 OPS that year.
I feel that Al should be in the Hall of Fame. I feel that Tommy John should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think no one talks about Tommy John.
How about Beta Pinson?
Beta Pinson, you can make that argument too. Yes.
That's down.
To a lot of Lopez.
I mean, Tommy John, if you look at his postseasons too, he had terrific postseasons.
How about Keith Hernandez?
Well, we're not going to go there, but
2-2 count.
Okay.
You should be in the Hall of Fame. Greatest defensive first baseman in history, great clutch hitter, team leader. 2-2 coming. Top toward third, tough play for Vientos. Off put this in his pocket.
And Vientos can't make the play, man, on first.
Lopez.
And second.
With 2 out.
With 2 outs. This will probably be Holmes' last batter.
Fortunate circumstance for Holmes, who got the ground ball. Carlos Mendoza.
Actually, you know what? Call to the bullpen.
Is coming up. That's going to be it for Holmes, who for the second straight start leads after 4 2/3. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com.
There's no such thing as bad weather. In the all-new Nissan Kicks with intelligent all-wheel drive.
Get Kicks starting at just $21,830. One of 6 Nissan vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Check it out. He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane, feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever. Peter's Hut. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
We all bring something different to the table. Ben's Original. We're all original recipes.
What is this?
I multiply my winnings 100 times. I play the new bonus 100x scratch-off game. So I built a time machine to multiply the feeling of winning over and over again.
What? Woo! What is this? What is this?
You again.
What is this?
I multiplied my winnings 100 times.
The new bonus X scratch-off games from the New York Lottery with prizes up to $5 million. Plus bonus games for an extra chance to win cash.
Shop the spring sale at Sherwin-Williams and transform your space with color. Get 30% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $34.29. Find your new color March 28th through April 7th. Shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we stayed hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
It's pronounced Liberty. Liberty. Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
Reed Garrett comes in to try and get the final out of the bottom of the fifth. Second outing of the year for Reed, who worked Friday in Houston. Came into a jam with a couple of men on and worked a scoreless inning. Facing Graham Pauly. And he gets the first cutter into a strike, 0-1. We're talking with Carlos Mendoza about his bullpen use. Unfortunately, he used to have 3 guys who can go multiple innings, Kranick and Buto and Brazaban. Garrett, though, they're going to be a little bit more cautious with. Last year, early in the season, he was going multiple innings, but now they see it more as you got to bring in this situation, get 1 out in this inning, and then pitch the next inning. More of a 4-out guy than a 6-out guy. Pauly is 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. And he hits one on the ground down to first. Easy play for Alonso. Garrett covers. Reed gets the job done. He strands a pair. Keeps it a 1-run game after 5.
The most sacred thing in life isn't the path. It's the freedom to choose. The freedom is the roar of one man's engine and the silence of another's. So choose, but choose wisely. Choose what makes you happy. My friends, my family, my work make me happy. This Jeep makes me happy, even when my name is.
Eat Lux your way with the $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. The $5 Classic box is iconic all over. The $7 Supreme box has your decadent favorites and then some. The $9 Discovery box lets you explore new indulgences like toasted cheddar street chalupas. Introducing the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV? It's like all their apps and channels are connected.
Oh, it's all connected. Shows, movies, sports, cooking shows.
Is she talking to us?
Tell me, how does DirecTV put all your favorite stuff on one home screen? Uncanny content suggestions based on your watch history? Mind control.
Were you recently electrocuted?
A better way to watch whatever you want to watch.
Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
What is this?
I multiply my winnings 100 times. I play the new bonus 100x scratch-off game. So I built a time machine to multiply the feeling of winning over and over again.
What?
What is this? What is this?
You again.
What is this?
I multiplied my winnings 100 times.
The new bonus X scratch-off games from the New York Lottery with prizes up to $5 million. Plus bonus games for an extra chance to win cash.
New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by PNC Bank. Season start is presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. By Hyundai, with a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. And by Queensboro Community College, a college as unique as you. Sixth inning, Mets down 2-1. Anthony Veneziano comes up for the second straight night to face Juan Soto. He came into the ninth inning last night to protect a 2-run lead. He then walked Soto, and with one out, gave up a hit to Brandon Nimmo. And Anthony Bender then came in and bailed him out of the next two hitters for the save. Veneziano, who grew up in Hackettstown, New Jersey, out in Warren County. It's beautiful out there. Went to Coastal Carolina University. And so for the second straight night, brought in to face Soto. He's the only lefty in that Marlins bullpen, and they deploy him early in this game.
Lindor up at bat. No outs.
Soto's
Top of
one
the
for
sixth
two
inning.
today. Singled and scored at the first. And takes the first pitch slider along the way for ball one. So
Counts 1-0 for Lindor.
Against Veneziano here in the sixth. And Connor Gillespie went 5 nice innings. Give up 1 on 4 hits.
Veneziano, whatever his name is on the mound for Miami. Fastball for a strike. Counts 1-1.
Gillespie in line for his first big league win. With 73 pitches.
Umpire's got rabbits.
Somebody was marking out in front of the Mets dugout. So
Where's Streckman?
number 1. Bruce Streckman. There, number 1. Fly ball down the left field line.
Foul.
Crowd, but it runs out of court. What do you suppose Bruce got? You think when they lined all the umpires up, it was like size order?
I have no idea.
But he's born number 1 ever since he came to the big league.
They can't be alphabetical.
Counts 1 and 2 for Soto.
It's a D. He's a D.
Did I say Lindor? I meant to say Soto.
Not grading now. Well, if we were grading though, that's it toward the middle of the diamond. Edwards runs it down, falls down, gets up, and throws him out. Edwards lost his footing after making that play as he tried to spin, but he recovered in time to get up and throw out Soto.
The umpire got in the way almost. Watch him do the get out of the way.
Nate Tomlinson, the second base umpire.
Yep. Got to do a little Fred Asparagus there.
He actually made contact.
A little Fred Asparagus.
Yeah, 1 out. Alonso up at bat.
A pair of doubles in his first
That's
two
low.
at-bats.
Counts 1-0.
Going to double the right center in the first, and then went over the left fielder's head at 113 miles an hour in the fourth. First time the Keats had 2 doubles in a game since 2022. I find that difficult to believe. We didn't have a lot of doubles last year. His first 2 doubles this year have come today. He gets this one.
Alonso just hit one, and he's out at center field. Or left center. 2 outs.
Alonso. But this time he's retired.
He's hit 3 laser beams.
Veneziano living right.
Yes, he is.
Nobody on for Brandon Nimmo. Homered in each of the first 2 games of this series. 0 for 2 today. Popped to second, fly to right. Base hit against Veneziano last night. A single to center field. Nimmo flies this one along the left field line. Conan into foul territory. Reaches, can't quite make the play against the sidewall.
Now, 2 ball that almost came down, hit him in the head, and he face planted this.
He almost jammed his wrist with his glove hand into the sidewall as well. He's just a lot like his dad, doesn't he?
He does. Big, strong kid.
Counts 1-1 for Nimmo with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think he just jammed his glove into that sidewall. Luciano, yet another rookie for these Marlins, who started 6 rookies today, including their starting pitcher, Connor Gillespie. It's going to be this way all year. Come down, another one of those rookies. Going to shake that off. Swings and misses at a high fastball, and it's 1-2. It is Luciano, who pitched for the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. And he gets Demo chasing a slider for strike 3. So Luciano comes in and throws a 1-2-3 inning to keep the Marlins in front.
Welcome back to Papa John's. For a very limited time, we've got free pizza. Yo, tell them what it is.
Buy any large pizza at regular menu price, get 1 large one-topping pizza for free.
No, free. Yeah, we did do that.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Here comes the pitch.
For all of your home improvement needs, windows, doors, siding, or roofing, call us at 888-631-2131 or visit us at unifiedhomeremodeling.com.
Long Island is more exciting than ever, and Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. Your spring egg venture begins with us, and your chance to win a share of $50,000 during our Egg Hunt drawing event. Be here on Friday, April 4th and 18th between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. 2 winners will be drawn every hour to pick an egg for a cash prize up to $5,000. 1 point earned equals 1 entry starting at 1:30 p.m. Club members can earn up to 5 times entry multipliers. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
What brings you in?
Life is great, but my money, it just keeps growing.
Savings growing?
Yes.
Checking too?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Low rates on loans?
Yes.
It's Jovia-itis. It comes from not-for-profit banking with Jovia, and it causes an inflammation of money and happiness.
That explains it. Is it contagious?
It is, and the best thing you can do is spread the word. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Awesome.
Side effects may include great rates, friendly service, and brighter banking.
Jovia Financial Credit Union.
Unify will bring your dream home to life with available interest-free financing. Our windows, doors, siding, and roofing are more affordable than ever before. Ready to upgrade your home? Call Unified Home Remodeling.
Home 6th inning, Met fans waiting for something good to happen. That's down 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Reed Garrett came on to get the final out of the 5th. Stays on for the 6th, facing Liam Hicks, the left-hand batting catcher who had his first big league hit in the 2nd inning. And he hits one deep to right center field. Back goes Soto. He'll have room on the warning track to make the catch. Long fly ball by Hicks for the first out, and we check in with Steve.
You know, guys, as long as this ballpark's been around, it feels like these last couple of nights have been.
Sorry, had to cook my burger. You boys got to eat. There's one out thanks to Juan Soto. Bottom of the
In
6th.
left center field on this porch where I'm standing, there are a ton of people, more than usual. And the reason is, I mean, the view is great, but this breeze behind me when the roof is open and the panels are open behind me is a glorious place to watch a baseball game. And since I've been out here, I actually got to thinking that it may be why we've seen some of the difficulties with the fly ball reads. The
Foul counts 0-2 for Wagaman.
Consistent. I've only been out here about a half an inning, sometimes blowing in, sometimes blowing from side to side. I don't know if that's just Miami or the way that this ballpark is structured right now with this massive opening behind me. So forget about the roof for a second. It's the opening back here in left center field.
Deion tossed the first. Out.
For the second out. Well,
2 outs.
Certainly we've seen that from the beginning of the game. The ball Vietto said that it looked like he covered that got knocked down in left center. And then the ball that Taylor misplayed, which opened the door for the Marlins to score their 2 runs.
I wonder, too, given the structure and how high up this wall is before the wind really plays a factor, I wonder if that also messes with the read because of
Next
the
man
way
up.
the ball moves in the air, but depending on line drives, how it would.
Javier Sanoa takes one the other way for a 2-out hit.
Sanoa just got on first base.
Sanoa, who struck out in his 2 at-bats against Clay Holmes, wastes no time against Reeve Garrett, who goes the other way.
Cut and slash here. Up in the strike zone, down the middle, with a level swing, and going that way with it.
Sanoa, who's played shortstop, left field, and center field in this series. That's his first hit in the series, and now Xavier Edwards with a bunt hit to
Edwards up at bat. He's 1 for 3.
Rally of the third for the Marlins, and Garrett misses outside of the fastball for ball 1.
Probably, Lane. Counts 1-0.
85 pitches, 6 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Very much like his first start. So in 2 starts, he's gone 4 2/3 in each, and he hasn't allowed an extra base hit in either. Off-Reed Garrett's glove.
Off-Reed Garrett's glove, and he fucked up the play. 2 men on.
Once Garrett didn't field it cleanly and rolled in no man's land, no chance for anybody to make a play on the speedy Edwards.
2 outs. Miami with 2 on.
Popped out of his mitt. No, he closed the glove too quickly.
Small defensive mistakes by the Mets have really cost them in this game. Taylor misplayed fly ball. The Viento's bad throw on a play at the plate. Now Garrett unable to field the ground ball cleanly. And when the Mets not hitting right now, those mistakes become magnified. Now Kyle Stowers gets a turn it back with 2 out of 2 on. You can certainly make the case that with better defense, Holmes would not have allowed any runs today. Stowers walked twice, scored a run, grounded out his last time up. Good speed on the bases for the Marlins. Sanoa at second, Edwards at first. And Stowers takes a fastball strike, 0-1. Stowers takes a sweeper down, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the contract was on the fine time at Sacktown. They scored 18 runs in the first game of the series against the A's. They won the last game, 10-2 in the ninth today.
They are leading the National
Counts 1-1.
Kyle Tucker came into the day having homered in 4 straight games.
Hit over to first. Alonso's got it. Underhand toss to Garrett. Garrett will cover first and get 3 outs. We're going to the 7th.
Keeps it a 2-1 game for the 7th.
The itch and rash of moderate to
1-run game here for Miami.
disrupts my skin night and day. Despite
We'll see if the Mets
still not under control. But now I have
at least tie this puppy up in the 7th.
is a
That'd
West pill
that'd make me very happy.
and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking them both felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, had beer seen, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how IV can help you save.
Final 4.
Dad, is
Duke?
Maybe a finance girl?
It's just an experience to make money for your weddings.
Ooh, the Asian market is blowing up. Hey, who wants shots? Oh, shots? No.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
Spring starts with savings. At the home.
Maybe Duke.
What are you working on? Starting off with the Queen's Plate.
Although I have to admit I haven't followed it as much as I should.
Both well in the sun.
You know, I jumped on the St. John's train for a little bit, but
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. No, it's not. Now it is. No, it's not. Now it is. No, it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon a blue moon, and everything a little brighter.
New Chipotle honey chicken brings a hint of pure honey and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet in a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle honey chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
Well, the Mets are going to see the likes of this for a while. Heading for some April northeast weather. Home opener on Friday. Lake Walker is on the pitch. Nick Fortes is now
Counts 1-0.
Walker had a clean 8th last night.
Got 3 ground ball outs. This is with a splitter.
Another ball, counts 2-0.
Winker today has fouled out and struck out 0 for 2. Winker, Vientos, and Beatty for the Mets in the 7th.
Lake on the mound
Just 5 hits
for
last
Miami,
night.
by the way.
Just 4 hits today.
Counts 2-0 for Winker.
And Winker taking all the way, and that fastball missed, and now it's 3-0. That's
Counts 3-0.
Gillespie.
AJ Minter warming up in our bullpen.
Feliciano pitched for 1-2-3-6. AJ Minter up in the Mets pen.
One day, Steven. 4-pitch walk to Winker. He'll go to first. Tying run on base for the Mets.
Marlins pitchers issued their first walk of the day. And now the time run board for Mark Vientos. Mark got another frustrating at bat in the 4th inning.
Mark Vientos, 0 for 2, fly out and a strikeout.
0 for 2 today, 2 for 21 to start the year.
That's outside, counts 1-0.
Strikes out for ball 1. So Walker's missed with 5 in a row. So you got the Marlins going with relief pitchers on back-to-back days. Clayton McCullough did it over the weekend with both Bender and Fauché, his 8th and 9th inning guys.
Wing and a miss, counts 2-0.
Hacking another pitch out of the strike zone, 1-1. And now doing it today with Feliciano and Walker. You can see Mark is just not right now.
You're getting a little anxious there.
1-1 count for Vientos, and he's going to burn a timeout.
Certainly not a pitch that he can handle. See a lot of sliders from Walker. Fastball.
Strike, counts 1 and 2.
So he swung the fastball out of the strike zone and then took the fastball right there.
Yeah, I know. Beatty on deck, he's 0 for 2. Swinging and miss. God, Vientos, you're having a bad week. 1 out. That was ugly.
Makes me think that he's looking for the breaking ball. And you got a pitcher out there that threw 6 straight balls. And he chased that. It's a good bait slider right there.
Beatty, who's 0 for 2, 2 ground ball outs today. He's 1 for 12 to start the season. After a great spring training.
Swing and a miss for Beatty. That was a fastball.
Mets are just not hitting as a team. They came into the day hitting 179 as a team, despite having a breakout game on Monday. Which were 3 or fewer runs hitting for the first 5 games.
Outside counts 1-1.
Right. And now heading for the colder weather. It doesn't help the bats either. It's caught a break with the schedule starting off in Houston and Miami.
Pull down the first, out at second. He dropped it? Oh, he got him. Damn, 3 outs. We're going to 7th inning stretch. 2-1 Miami. Yeah, he's out. That was sloppy. There's a hit over towards right field and ground rule double.
Ground rule double. So AJ Minter.
So that's how we start bottom of the 7th with Miami batting. They have a man on second base and no out.
And the Marlins are in business in the 7th. Right with it. Not much of a follow through. Slip coming out of the box. Look out. Bucky bounced over the wall. It wasn't even a single.
It's late in the game here. This is when you need to do the little things. You want to win ball games. You got a 1-run lead. You've got to drive in that run or advance the runner minimum.
The pinch hitter, Jonah Bryan.
I have no idea.
Matt Mervis.
It's a good question, Lane.
Left-hander in the game.
Mervis up at bat. He's 1 for 2 today. That's a strike.
Fastball for a strike. I've got 1 for 5 in the first 2 games of the series. 9 hits now in this game for the Marlins. Hunter misses for Minter, a ball and strike. Reed Garrett worked an inning in the 3rd inning relief, compared to 2 runners in the 5th that got through it. Allowed a couple of runners of his own in the 6th and got through it. There's Calvin Crochet up in the bullpen for the Marlins.
2-1 count.
2 balls and strike.
2-1 count for Bride.
And the Reapers have now inherited 9 runners this year and stranded all 9. Minter, though, created traffic for himself, giving up a first pitch double to Conine.
Foul, third base side, counts 2-2.
Trying to go to the right side.
It appears that way. And they're giving them that right side of the infield.
Right is 2 for 20 to start the season. And Minter takes the look back to second. Not have much of a lead. AJ Minter's second outing for the Mets. Came into Friday's game in Houston, pitched a hitless inning. 2-2 coming. And change up outside, 3-2. Right, Static going up now to Mets bullpen. Minter not looking sharp through his first 2
Full count.
It's an off day tomorrow, so Rose McGuiz been forced to use his 8 bullpen today.
I just got a piece of it foul. Keep the count full.
I mean, normally when you're behind in the game, the Mets would be more inclined to go with a Bruto in this spot. But with an off day tomorrow, it gives Mendy the luxury
I don't know,
to
Liam.
bring out his best relievers.
Full count.
Knowing he wouldn't have to utilize them again until Friday. 3-2 coming. And it's
Got him.
Corner strike 3 call.
1 out.
Fastball gets Bryan looking for the first out. So after all those cutters and changeups, he surprised him with the fastball and got the 3rd strike ball.
Close pitch. Let's see overhead. Won't lie. That is too close to take. Yeah. You got to bring him up there.
Straight by Singer. Stretman called him out. That's the first out. Oh boy.
That was a very emphatic time there by Bruce Stretman.
Ronald Lopez 1 for 3 and infield single his last time up and bowling top toward 3rd base. And he swings and fouls off that first cutter from Minter. Screwed himself out of the ground. Lopez's hit was his 9th in the first 7 games of the year for Man. He's at 346 he comes to bat. He's got 4 out at second and 1 out. 2-1 Miami, 7th inning. And
Oh, no.
he tries to deliver the pitch.
Minter tripped up.
That's going to move the runner to 3rd.
That's going to move the runner to 3rd.
Minter saying, I released the ball, so it should be a ball. And Carlos Mendoza is going to come out as well.
And he released the ball, so it should be a ball, not a balk, right?
Out of emotion like that, they're generally going to call a balk. But Minter's
saying he released the ball, so
it was a pitch, and it should be a ball. And not
I don't know.
And he's not going to win the argument.
Nah, Mendoza's not going to win the argument. That's a balk.
It's hit the side of his leg, and he did release the ball.
He did.
I can't tell you that. I know the nuance there, what the umpire's supposed to call, but it looked like a ball.
Throw a man on third.
Now the infield comes in with one out and runner at third. And Lopez takes the cutter, lowered in, ball and strike. It's just had a lot of things go wrong for them today. Defensively, and now a balk. But in the danger of giving up another run. And that fastball is a little bit low.
Counts 2-1 for Lopez. Lopez 1 for 3 on the day.
That borderline low strike is he's consistent. He gives it to the hitter.
Oh, shit. He's going to give the run? And the throw to first is too high.
So he was stopping. If he thought it was foul, he should have let it go. But the home plate umpire, Dreckman, said it was fair, and it cost the men to run.
Oh, my God. That's a run for Miami.
Because he thought it was foul.
We might have to think about benching Vientos. He's having a really bad outing.
He was running to first base yesterday. When he makes the play, Garrett, it is fair. So it's a bad judgment right there. He should have
3-1 Miami. Runner scored. Man on first, 1 out.
Instead, he goes to an infield hit for Lopez, and it's 3-1 Miami. Jeez, so Vientos really having a rough go of it. Now a one attempt by Pauly, with Vientos playing back, and he fouls it off.
So the defense is kind of
Counts 0-1 for Pauly. Pauly 0 for 2, 2 ground outs and a strikeout.
Play by Vientos today, but a bad throw. Trying to get a runner at the plate in the third inning. That played at the second Marlins run, and now making an assumption that that ball was foul, it cost the Mets another run.
Well, this is a gift run with the ball, and then that play by
This is really
You
bad.
can tell by Mark's body language right now, he is really getting to him. He's got his head down between pitches.
I feel like
Got to concentrate on the next play.
Vientos needs to be benched.
Slider misses to Pauly, ball and strike.
That's just what I feel.
I mean, we talk
Counts
about
1-1.
sophomore jinx. There's so much expectation that like Vientos after the year he had last year. Obviously, he's having a rough start. It's only a week.
right, but it can compound.
Alonso's going to have trouble here. Gets back to first and gets the out.
By Alonso for the second out as Lopez moves up to second.
Nice play by Beatty.
2 outs and a man on second. Good job, Alonso.
He's sure-handed. Who did he get to? And that's a good reaction right there. Very nicely done.
He makes more plays leaving his feet than any first baseman in the game.
And he's a big guy.
Kenter out, Stanek in.
Minter's out.
With a runner at second and 2 out. The Marlins have scored a run here in the 7th. They lead 3-1. We'll be right back to Miami.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check first that you bought seats in the right section. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. TurboTax Edition, 37% of farmers qualify. Simple form type for returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition.
DQ is celebrating 85 years. So we're giving you an 85-cent Blizzard treat in the DQ app. Not for a limited time. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase in the DQ app.
Spring starts with savings at the home team.
What are you working on? Starting off with the clean slate.
Starting to love my yard again. These work well in the sun. Perfect.
Start your spring early saving at the home team. Tide Pods Ultra Oxy one-ups the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it learn whatever they're doing?
For sure.
Seriously?
One up the power of liquid, one up the toughest stains. Any further questions? None. One up the power of liquid with Tide Pods Ultra Oxy.
Brad Stanek tries to pick up the slack here at the 7th. The PNC Bank's slow moments.
Now look, he's in foul territory. Now you've got the infield in. You want to come home. You're in to get the runner home. If he unloads that ball right now, he's got a chance, but he's in a bad position to make either the throw home or the throw to first base.
Because he was assuming that it was a foul ball. And you can't assume. You have to play it as though it's fair ball until you're told it's not.
All right, Fortes up at bat, 250 batting average.
Stanek in the face.
Stanek on the mound. That's a foul. Counts 1-1.
98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Let's see, the catcher's got to give him, since he's outside the line, the catcher's got to go outside the line. Now, you're forcing when you're inside the line. Now,
ball way outside, counts 1-1.
The line from the outside in foul territory into fair territory, and the runner's going to get in the way. You've got to straddle home plate on the foul side. And
Yeah, I don't know, man, but you know what? The Mets are awful right now. And that's Soto accidentally kicked it. Runner comes in, 4-1 Miami. Guys, I think that's it. I think that's it.
Mets are just kicking the ball all over the place today.
This is bad.
Good hitting right there. They open up that right side.
It's really bad baseball right now.
Second baseman. And that's a trend now. I don't think Soto would have had a chance to throw out Lopez.
4-1 Miami, man on first, 2 outs.
Mets are not hitting right now, and they've got to pick themselves up defensively. It's half a dozen plays either not made or errors committed. Or in the walk, Victor falling down, that kind of day.
Wagaman, 1-1 is the count. He's the DH. He's 0 for 3.
Vientos didn't throw home because Singer was on the inside of the line and he had the runner involved.
Went around. That should be a strike.
Everything blew up after that.
Honestly, I think
Counts 1 and 2.
Because of the position that his feet were in, because he had already given up on the play, I don't think he would have had a chance to get the runner home, even if he had a clear lane.
I disagree with you. I think he knew it was fair, and I think that he was coming into foul territory to make because the runner's running and get a lane to throw, but the catcher was not there. It was inside, and it's like, oh my gosh.
2-2 to Wagaman, who's gone 0 for 3 today. So
Counts 2 and 2.
Becomes the first Met reliever to give up an inherited run. As Lopez scored, charged against Minter's record. Minter winds up giving up 2 runs in his 2/3 of an inning. 2-2 to Wagaman. And he just missed away with the slider. Full count.
Full count.
Well, this has been an ugly inning for the Mets.
Kind of an ugly day. 3-2. Fortes will be running. And Wagner takes ball 4, so Stanek running for the stop of bleeding. He's given up a single and walk to his first 2 hitters. And they'll get the number 9 hitter, Javier Sanoa, to the plate. Sanoa had a base hit for right field for the 6th. Who'd the Mets be happy to Not clever at all. Friday afternoon, Mets and Blue Jays, 3:10 first pitch. Tyler McGill against Kevin Gossman in the home opener. Saturday night and Sunday afternoon against Toronto. And then the Marlins come in next week, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon.
Counts 0 and 1.
And told hard sellout Friday, use mass transit. But that's always the best bet, Admittedly, very early Friday. Nice, easy ride on the 7.
Counts 0-2.
I got caught one year coming in normal time on opening day, and I was lucky to get to the booth on time.
Do we need to send a car food? Maybe an escort? Police escort? Basketball guy looking side retired.
Got him. Finally, we're out of the inning. We're going to the 8th, but 4-1 Marlins. Evidently. Mets have 6 outs to do something. And it's not looking good based off of how they're looking today on the field. Very sloppy mistakes.
All right, changes for the Marlins.
Bride comes in at first base for Miami. Fauché on the mound for Miami. Pitching to Taylor. Taylor looks down a strike. Fastball counts 0-1. Taylor's 0 for 2. They strike out, foul out. He's 1 for 11.
He had 6 saves going down the stretch.
Strike, half swing, counts 0-2. That was a slider.
It's nothing 2.
0-2 count.
Marlins bullpen's been good. Anthony Veneziano and Luke Bockery's worked a hitless inning. And now Fauché in the 8th, facing 8, 9, and 1 in the Mets order. And Taylor pulls one down over.
Pulled to third, caught after a ground, and over the first. So, ground to first, snag, throw to first, out, 1 out. Torrent is checking in.
Had his first big league start today and had a double to right center in the 5th for his first major league hit. Torrent started each of the first 5 games this season. He's 2 for 7 in this series and a home run to center field in the first game on Monday night. Takes a slider off the plate for ball 1. Fastball in for a strike, 1-1. Calvin Fauché, former Tampa Bay Rays, came out of the University of California at Irvine. He is an anteater, not to be confused with an aardvark. So 1A in anteater and 3 in aardvark. I think there were 2 A's in anteater and 3 in aardvark. Fastball rides inside. It's 3-1.
Count 3-1.
The Heritage director, I believe he's an aardvark. Reds takes one.
Torrens over to right field.
Torrens, who's got off to a really nice offensive start, using right field. There's a 1-out single.
Torrens goes that way well. It's a good pitch down the way, on the corner and on the knees. And boy, that's just nice hitting.
That's their 5th hit of the day. And now Francisco Lindor is another rough day at the plate. For 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Diaz up in the Reds bullpen. Looks like he's going to get an inning of work. That fan's making some noise as Lindor takes a cutter down for ball 1. He's at 1 career at bat against Poche for 1. He's 1 for 18 to start the season. Slices to foul, on strike. If Lindor can get on, that will get Soto to play as the tying run of the 4-1 game. It's got their long run in the first inning with Soto singled and Alonso doubled at home. It's about scoring chances since, but they've been unable to convert. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Lindor, 2 balls in the strike.
Sorry, counts 2-1.
Connor Gillespie was in line for his first big league win. 5 innings, 1 run, 4 hits. In his 2nd start of the year. Lindor spends his time out. Last year, Lindor got off to a 1 for 31 start and wound up finishing 2nd in the MVP race. He's 1 for 18 to start this season. And that fastball just misses, and now it's 3-1. 2nd straight hitter that Poche has fallen behind 3-1. Poche can walk people. Last year averaged nearly 4.5 walks per nine. Well, here's a pitch to hit. Lindor swings at a cutter running in on him and fouls it off. 3-2.
Ball 4 right there. So he's getting out quick.
Definitely anxious.
So very much like last year. It's a good call on your part.
Two, 1 out. Torrens the runner at first. Soto on deck. And
Lindor is going to get himself a hit. Torrens is going to go to 3rd. Well, tying run is going to come up to bat for the Mets. Let's see.
A breaking ball on 3-2. He hit hard. Down and into a left-hand hitter. That was out of the strike zone. He went down and got it. That's a good sign right there.
So Soto up in a big spot. One is left for 3 today. A base hit scored the Mets running the first. And it takes a strike. Since then he struck out and then grounded to short. A fine play by Edwards going behind the back and thrown out. Reds at 3rd, Lindor at first with 1 down. Soto grounds one weakly to first. Ryan is going to come home with it and then get the out on Torrens.
And Torrens out at home.
He surprised everybody, including the catcher Fortes. But it's a 3-2 fielder's choice for the 2nd out. Well, you weren't going to get 2 here. It's the right play. It's very similar to what happened to Vientos on the opposite side of the field, the opposite line. He did not run away. Yes. Good evening, Pete. So it's left to Alonso. Who has a pair of doubles today, and the only time he was retired, he had a scorching line drive to left field that was caught. So Pete has really stung the ball 3 times today. The Mets need a little more sting out of him this afternoon. We're at 2nd, Soto at first with 2 out. That's down 4-1 in the 8th. Mike strikes that one, lower away, ball one. Breaking that foul off, ball is straight. Pete doesn't get cheated, I'll tell you that. He takes his cuts up there. In his 3 at-bats today, Alonso has hit the ball 113, and 107 miles an hour. It's a lot of speed. Sweep from the other way, 2 balls and strike. He is not, as Steve was talking about, has not been fishing for that breaking ball out of the strike zone. Yeah, fastball in for a strike, and now it's 2-2.
Let's see if he doubles up inside. I'm saying he won't.
I think he's going back to the sweep.
Yep.
Probably going to fish.
He took that pitch. It's kind of, we're looking for the breaking ball. Remember, he's been going that right center field, even though he's told to today.
Brandon Nimble would be next. 2 out, 2 on, 2-2 to Alonso. He does fish for this.
Counts 2-2.
Falls outside. Almost got Siri.
Calvin Fauché trying to work around 2 hits in the 8th. 2-2 to Alonso.
Fastball.
He backs it off. Right, he's 7 miles an hour.
Right down the pipe. They wanted to go upstairs. You saw Fortes raise his glove up. Didn't get it upstairs.
That's 0 for 7 with runners and
2-2 count.
Today. Alonso trying to change that.
2 on, 2 out. And Alonso foul. Keep it at 2-2.
That time.
Oh, that was one that knocked into the Atlantic.
Battle continues. Fauché and Alonso. He just had a release of that cutter to stay in the at-bat.
Like this makes me think now you got to pop him
Keep it
inside.
at 2-2.
Let's see. Well, this lineup just you don't get a respite.
This will be Fauché's 25th pitch of the inning. Alonso tries for a deep center field. Sanoja back takes a look, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso ties the game.
What just happened? What happened? I just walked away. It's rampage time. It's rampage time, folks. I walked away and Alonso just hit a home run. It's rampage time. I went to get a water and Alonso hits a home run and ties the game. We're tied. Polar Bear Pete just tied this 4-apiece. Wow. Wow. I walked away to get a water and I missed Alonso hit a game tying home run.
They wanted the fastball again up in the strike zone, and he didn't get it there.
How do you like that, Joseph?
Once Pete just stayed in, this ball's away. He set up inside and he cut it out over the plate. And Pete was up to the challenge. Well done.
That one was 113 miles an hour off the bat, so that's 3 balls he's hit today. 113 or harder. The dribbler from Nimmo back to Fauché. That is the inning, but Pete Alonso with more heroics ties the game. With a 2-out, 3-1 homer in the top of the ninth, top of the eighth.
All right. I guess I'm sticking around for the ninth.
We got it. 4-4.
We're going bottom of the 8th first.
Brace yourself for faster speeds for more devices and great Wi-Fi coverage. Level up your life and upgrade to faster internet on our 100% fiber network. Call 888-5-OPTIMUM. Visit optimum.net/upgrades or your local store today. Start the new year right with Optimum. Get 2 unlimited mobile lines for only $45 a month. Compare us to the competitors and it's no brainer. Save up to $920 a year. Defy expectations and say no to overpriced mobile service and yes to Optimum Mobile. Sign up today. Opt in to Optimum Mobile now and get 2 lines for only $45 a month. Call 877-6-OPTIMUM. Visit optimum.com/mobile or a store near you.
Unify will bring your dream home to life with available interest-free financing on windows, doors, siding, and roofing are more affordable than ever before. Ready to upgrade your home? Call Unified Home Remodeling.
No, isn't it post-game live?
We're having a good time right now.
To the best of the offensive offer, he really stepped up and was out his best sales.
9 pitching back for Pete Alonso. He had to foul off a couple of tough ones. That one was out of the strike zone and protected. This is the one that really.
Here's the replay that I missed. Right there.
He wanted to come inside Gary with the fastball. It was a great pitch, but he didn't get it inside. He didn't get it up. He got it out over the outer half, and he just really a terrific at bat. Now with the game tied, Edwin Diaz is going to come in to pitch.
So Edwin Diaz is warming up. You were asking about Edwin Diaz, Lane? He's actually on the mound right now.
Work today before an off day tomorrow, but since he was already up, he's going to come in and pitch the 8th, which I guess leaves Jose Buto to pitch the 9th. Xavier Edwards at the top of the batting order.
Fouling back to Edwards. Edwards 2 for 4 on the day.
Of the year. He was electric in getting the save on Friday night in Houston. It was Torres who sparked that rally with a pinch hit single, stays in the catch. After pinch hitting for Singer. Fastball inside to Edwards, 1-1. He keeps on creeping up on Darryl Strawberry.
He sure does.
That is 24 behind.
2 big home runs.
Number to the left side. Vientos dives. They'll have no play on the speed.
Vientos gets no play there. Man on first.
While he was hit at the end of the bat and less spin on it.
Once he has to dive for it, he's not going to throw out Edwards. And if it gets by him and Lindor gets it in the hole, he's not going to throw Edwards out.
And now you have to be concerned about the stolen base because Diaz is not good at.
Man on first, no outs for Miami.
Stole 31 in only 70 games for the Marlins last year.
You got Torrens behind the plate now, who throws well, more extraordinarily well.
Or first, not in time.
Still over by Diaz. Kyle Stowers the batter.
That Stowers up at bat. He's over.
Down twice. That's 4 runs, 7 hits. The Marlins 4 runs, 12 hits. There goes Edwards.
Edwards is going to steal second.
We got a huge jump. And steals second uncontested.
And they were just saying Edwin Diaz is not good with preventing runners from stealing second, and they stole second. Miami in scoring position.
Well, let's see how they play it.
And it goes to the backstop.
And that's to the backstop, runner goes to third. So Edwin Diaz is going to have a shit day too, it looks like, after we just tied this up. Man on third, counts 2-0. Come on, Diaz.
Nobody out. And it's almost look, he didn't hit him. It would have been better if it would have hit him. The runner wouldn't advance. Mets got to bring the infield in. 2-0 to Stowers with Griffin Conine on deck. Diaz
Swing and a miss. Counts 2-1.
2-1. This is where Diaz's ability to strike people out has to come to the fore. Need strikeouts to pin that go-ahead run at third base.
For the base runner, the end ball has got to get through the infield. It's not going to be a contact play. You can't run yourself out of any. There's nobody out. 12 hit on the line drive, make sure it goes through the infield.
And Stowers takes his fastball below the knees, and now it's 3-1.
Counts 3-1.
He's already walked twice in this game. Conine, who has 3 hits today, waiting on deck. Took a dozen hits.
Swing and a miss.
Sliding like Diaz to get the swinging strike. Full count.
Full count.
The Marlins are young hitters. They swing a lot of bad pitches.
The slider 3-1. Throw it again. He does, and it's in there for
Got him, struck him out, 1 out.
Diaz comes back to strike out Stowers for the first out.
All right.
Backdoor.
That was the back door, apparently.
You saw Terrence set up inside.
So after throwing the wild pitch on his first slider, he gets all 3 strikes in that sequence with the slider. Infield stays in with 1 out. Here's Conine, who has 2 singles and a double today. And he fouls off the first slider, 0-1.
Counts 0-1.
He has maybe just his second appearance of the season. Working Friday's game in Houston and got the save and looked dominating in that game.
Swing and a miss.
Goes upstairs with the fastball and gets ahead on Conine.
Counts 0-2. Fastball. That's Conine up at bat for Miami.
Diaz looking for the punch out here with the go-ahead run at third and 1 out.
You can waste one here. Slider.
Back to Conine.
Up and away. Fastball. Counts 1-2.
Infield up all the way around. Speed of third with Xavier Edwards. 1-2. Fouls off the slider. Still ball and 2 strikes on Griffin.
Ball and a strike.
On the back foot slider. See if he goes fishing.
Again, the 1-2. Ground ball right in.
Grounded. Home. He's safe. 5-4 Miami. They're going to challenge.
To the first base side of the plate. The Mets are going to challenge the call at the plate. The throw was not on line.
He had the backhand the throw. He threw it on the other side.
Let's see the replay.
Bag. If he's safe, that's the reason.
It was a heck of a play by Torres just to get.
I don't know.
He couldn't get the glove back in time to tag the hand of Edwards,
Is he out?
who appeared to get in safely.
I don't know.
I think he's safe.
Yeah, you know, it looks like he's safe.
And Beatty just makes an on-line throw. He's out by a mile.
He's out by a mile of right.
So the Mets have played very sketchy.
Oh, it's so
defense
close.
all day long, and that's just another piece of it. You know, Beatty had all the time in the world to throw that ball to the third base side of the plate as he should have. But it went to the first base side.
I think he's probably going to be called
all
safe.
the way back around.
The defense on the infield has been very shoddy today.
Infield and outfield. Waiting for the replay officials.
And he beat it.
Are the crew chiefs in the replay center. Did he get him on that wrist?
Oh, actually,
Boy, let's see.
it looks like he's out.
It's possible that he tagged that black sleeve. How can you just before he got his hand up? He's got his hand up in the air. Very hard to tell. I don't think there's enough evidence there to overturn. But
It's very close.
They could overturn it. Let's see. Do you see any air between? It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell in this angle because his hand was up in the air.
After review, the ball in the field is overturned.
He's out. He's out.
Favor to keep the game tied. How about that?
Wow.
Hand down.
He must have got the forearm.
Sign of release for Mr. Beatty. Wow. Blake McCullough loses his
Wow.
challenge. Boy,
He got the out.
I think the Mets got a big break because in many cases, even if you thought there was a possibility that the tag was made, generally they'll say false stands, not no evidence. But the opinion of the officials in the replay center, they said he had no evidence.
And let's not forget,
Nice play by Torrens. I mean, he made a terrific play. He had to short out that ball on the backhand and bring it all the way around to get that tag down. And so it's a 4-2.
Excuse me. 2 outs and a man on first.
Going on this board, and Jonah Bryant is the batter. So the Mets got a huge break. And now Diaz tries to make it stand up.
Ball inside.
Slider appeared to confuse Torrens.
Counts 1-0.
Rally 1-0. Tyler Phillips, who the Marlins acquired from the Phillies last week, is up in the bullpen now. Looks like he'll be at the top of the ninth.
Throw over to first, not in time.
Bender might not be available for Miami. Bender got the last 2 outs last night. There goes the runner.
Runner going to second. Got him out. See you later, Miami. We're going to the 9th. Torrens, you are on fire, my dude.
You don't want to run on that jack.
Boom, out. We're going to the 9th, tied at 4 apiece. What a game this has become.
Diaz escapes.
Good shit, Luis. Mets up after this.
The fastest wireless speeds from Spectrum.
Welcome back to Papa John's. For a very limited time, we've got free pizza. Yo, tell them what it is.
Buy any large pizza at regular menu price, get 1 large one-topping pizza for free.
No, free. Yeah, we did do that.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
That's more citizens of Little.
Happy grass, happy.
So what do you do regular feeding that makes all the difference? So Scott's Weed and Feed, the product is
Now's the time to kill existing weeds with Turf Builder Weed Feed.
Feed.
Here's the road ahead. Your radio home for the Mets is 8:80 a.m. It's streaming on the free Odyssey app. Mets are home Friday for their home opener against the Blue Jays, trying to come home with a win. Jesse Baker takes a strike from Tyler Phillips against the top of the 9th for Miami. Phillips just acquired right before opening day from the Phillies. Made 7 starts for the Phillies last year. Now making his 2nd appearance for Miami. 3 scoreless innings against the Pirates over the weekend.
Winker 0 for 2 today, and the count's 0-2 for Winker right now. Winker was walked in the 7th. He doesn't have any home runs yet.
Winker's 0 for 2 and a walk today.
Hit. Pull the first. Pitcher's going to cover first. Phillips gets the out at first. 1 away.
Luis Torrens gunning down Ribbon 9 to end the bottom of the 8th inning. Has now thrown out all 3 runners trying to steal against him this year. Remember, the Mets last year gave up 28 stolen bases.
Vientos 0 for 3 today. Fly out. 2 strikeouts. No home runs. A lot of mistakes today as well.
Vientos 0 for 3 today.
Swing and a miss. That slider was way outside. He just chased it. Counts 0-1.
Very frustrating day for Vientos.
He's going to use a timeout. He takes a deep breath. He needs a second.
He's 2 for 22 to start the year, but he can erase all that with 1 big swing.
That's low.
Slider misses away. Ball strike. And Vientos is Brett Beatty.
Sloppy hit to third, chopper, first out. God, Vientos, you fucking dog crap today.
Carlos Mendoza inserting Torrens to pinch
Beatty.
He's part of the inning, gets a base hit, and then makes a sparkling defensive play at home plate, and then throws out a run.
I mean, Torrens is just been terrific. There's Beatty with 2 out, nobody on. Butu is over the bullpen for the Mets. He'll get the bottom of the 9th.
Strike to Beatty, counts 0-1. Beatty also 0 for 3 today. 2 ground outs and a GIDP. No home runs on the season.
Garrett.
Is that a ball? Counts 1-1. Jose Buto is going through his warm-up in our bullpen.
Get a save or get it to the 10.
God, swing and a miss, Beatty. Counts 1 and 2.
Long 2 strikes. Beatty's 0 for 3 today, 1 for 13 to start the season. Sports night tonight at 11 o'clock. What's a reaction to this game and all the rest of the day in sports? Right here on SNY. 1-2 coming from Phillips.
There's a 1-2. We got him. Beatty, you fucking suck, too. Bottom of the 9th, so we got to hold and try to push this to the 10th. Oh, God almighty. Just waiting to come out of commercial. All right, Buto's finishing his warm-up. He's ready to go.
Got a strike out of Christian Walker, went to 1-2-3 7th, and then started the 8th. And this might be a game if he's able to pitch an effective 9th, where he might be asked to pitch the 10th as well. First, he has to get the Mets to the 10th inning. So Bryant will lead off at the bottom of the 9th.
Lead off is Bride. Bride is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 7th. It'll be his second at bat in this ball game.
After was tracked with 2 runs in the 7th, the Mets were down 4-1, but Pete Alonso saved the Mets bacon with a 3-run homer in the top of the 8th. And then the Mets on an overturned call of play kept the lead at the bottom of the 8th.
Ball upstairs, counts 1 out.
Buto has thrown far more sliders in the spring and into the regular season than we've seen in the past.
Strike, counts 1-1.
Fastball up for a strike, it's 1-1.
3 of the 4 wins of the Marlins have been walk-offs in this homestand, this first homestand of theirs.
And a slider in for a strike, 1-2.
Slider, strike, 1-2 count.
First team.
Bride's going to use the timeout. Miami Marlins, 3 walk-off wins in 6 games this season. Oh, shit.
They'll get a chance for another one today. Right.
Foul. Third base side. Keep it at 1-2.
Continues to lean on his breaking stuff. Lopez on deck, and then Graham Pauley for Miami in the bottom of the ninth. That's 4 runs, 7 hits. The Marlins 4 runs, 12 hits.
Upstairs counts 2-2.
Inside 2-2. In the past, he leaned on his changeup as his out pitch.
Dave, is he bothering you?
He's not throwing that changeup much. He doesn't throw lefties, but usually he uses against the righties as well. Slider misses at straight 2.
Counts full.
He's got these 2 different sliders, the gyro slider and the sweeper, and he's using them very heavily. Ran 2 to Jonah Bryant leading off. And the fastball hits shortstop, but no hits on it.
Lindor to first, got the out.
Good sinker, Gare. Got the ground ball.
Lopez who hit that good shot along the third baseline. That brought home Griffin Conine with Mark Vientos.
All right, 1 out.
Play. And Lopez got an infield hit out of it. In fact, he has 2 infield hits today.
Next man up is Lopez. Lopez 2.
This one's in deep to center field. Taylor going back on the warning track.
Warning track out. Oh my God, that was close. Guys, that was freaking close. 2 outs. I thought he got one.
Got under it just
Yeah,
enough.
about 10 feet shy. 2 outs.
Just enough. Deepest part of the park. That's peak territory.
Why are you so hungry today?
Just
What's your deal, man? Here he is. Give you 2 more. Change up. Ball. That's Paulie up at bat. He's 0 for 4. 3 ground outs and a strikeout. No home runs on the season.
Another change up. This is out of the strike zone. It's 2-0.
Counts 2-0. That's it, dude.
Paulie looking for his first home run as a Marlin. And he hits one of the air to right. He got under it. Soto was there waiting for him.
Soto waiting for that right field out. We're going to the 10th.
For the first time this year, the Mets are headed for extra innings. Tied at 4.
All right, tied at 4. To extra innings we go.
If you keep making that face, it's going to stay like that. I'm trying to get my own car insurance. USAA. Grandpa was in the military. He should have membership with your mom so she can share with you. Easy.
USAA. Check if you're eligible today.
Cloud shows the Capital One Smart Cash Plus card. It's a serious business card with unlimited 2% cash back on everything they buy. So they reinvested their cash back to help build their retail store. What's in your one?
To the 10th.
Can you engineer a feeling? Is there a formula for bliss?
Oh, that walk-offs for an extra inning? That's interesting.
Can a car do more than get you there? Can it really? Questions matter. As long as you're asking the right ones. How we get there matters.
We had a 3-1 homer in the 8th inning today to tie the game. We're now going to extra innings. First extra inning game for the Mets this year. Second for the Marlins.
Oh, what a shot.
That's where we'll be going after this game is over. Let's get the free runner in the 10th. Brett Beatty made the last out.
So-
Acuna will run for him.
Acuna going to run for Brett Beatty at second.
And Tyrone Taylor the back.
Taylor is
Tyler Phillips, who worked at 1-2.
up at that.
Taylor's got over
Phillips back on the mound for Miami.
But you don't bunt in this spot, not in the top of the inning.
Foul, third base side, counts on 1. Look like a fastball. Taylor, another guy who's 0 for 3 today. Strikeout, foul out, ground error. Nothing else to report. I mean, he's 1 for 12.
Free base runner and in scoring position. These Torrens on deck, and then Francisco Lindor. And Cutter in for a
Cutter strike, counts 0-2.
2 Taylor. Taylor just 1 for 12 to start the season. Torrens got the 3-run rally started for the Mets in the 8th as a pinch hitter. And Taylor loops one to the shallow center field. Lopez going out.
Shallow center field, that should bring the runner. Oh, damn, he stayed at third. That's all right. We got 2 men on. We got 2 men on, nobody out. That's okay.
Very fortunate base hit here. Good pitcher's pitch. And it's just hang with them. Acuna does everything perfectly. Doesn't want to get doubled off. Don't. First and third, nobody out.
So now Torrens and the Marlins are bringing their infield in. I think that's a huge mistake. I think you've got to play for the double play here and allow the run to score. You've got the free runner in the bottom of the inning to try and make up the 1 run, but by bringing the infield in, now you're asking for a multiple run inning.
It could be a big inning. In at the corners.
1-0 to Torrens. And he takes a fastball down 2-0. Torrens on a base hit to right field.
Luis Torrens, 1 for 1 with a single. 1 home run on the season, 2 RBIs. Counts 2-0.
Really late in this game, they scored a run in the first inning, but didn't score again until that 8th. When Alonso hit the 3-run homer.
That's a strike. Fastball. Counts 2-1.
Several years into this experiment of the free runner at extra innings, I think managers are still figuring out the best way to go about it. Torrens takes a slider for a strike.
Slider strike. Counts 2-2.
Torrens is on hits a lot like Iglesias. He likes to go to right center field.
Cisco Lindor waiting on deck. Got a base hit his last time up. Acuna at third, Taylor at first, good speed on the bases. 2-2 to Torrens. He lifts one out to right field, not very deep.
Right field, not very deep.
Establish makes the catch. Acuna will stay put.
And Cunha stays put. 1 out. Men on first and third.
That's the first out. Stowers is a strong arm. Nobody out.
Yes, sir, Morales. Yes, sir. Men on first and third. 1 out. Next man up for the Mets. Francisco Lindor, 1 for 4 today. Single and a run. He has 2 RBIs on the season. And he had a base hit in the 8th inning. Let's try to get a runner home, man.
Lindor is 1 for 4 today. I guess that's respecting the speed of Lindor. Takes a slider down for ball 1.
Slider down, ball.
It's not
Pete Alonso hit a home run.
It's not a halfway. It's kind of in between halfway and infield in.
Pete Alonso hit a 3-run home run to tie a couple of innings ago. Swing and a miss, Lindor. Fastball, counts 1-1.
He's lost his grip a couple times in this game. No, he didn't. He just had a follow through. Big swing there. Got 1 soda.
Please subscribe to my channel. Please like the stream. I will be doing the game Friday, the Mets home opener at Citi Field. If you're around, come say hi. I may be like 10 to 15 minutes late, though. Here's the 1-1 for Lindor. That's outside. Counts 2-1.
Tom Phillips working his second inning. 1-2-3 ninth.
Juan Soto 1 for 4.
Bit to Taylor to put runners at first and third of the 10th. 2-1 to Lindor.
Hit and pulled it foul. 2-2 count.
Same pitch he got from the base hit last time off that low and breaking ball. So if I rip that ball to the right field, this time he pulled it just foul. Phillips looking for the strikeout. 2-2 to Lindor. Francisco lays off and it's blocked by Fortes on a curveball in the dirt.
That's in the dirt. Full count.
Blocked by Fortes. Perfect. Look at that. Just smothered it.
He did not leave any space for that ball to escape. So now it's a full count to Lindor. You got Taylor at first with 1 out. Would you send him? Could be a runner at third. Taylor not running. Lindor just got a piece.
Lindor fouled it off his foot.
The reason why I wouldn't run him, Gary, is that Lindor is not right now. He's a little long in his swing, and you don't want to strike him out, throw him out.
Now you could steal a run by getting a rundown if he does strike out, but then you take the bat out of Soto's hands. And I think at the end of the day, you'd rather have Soto up with first and third and 2 out. Again, the 3-2. And Lindor popped it up into shallow left.
Shallow left.
And it's the third baseman. Paulie makes the catch going away.
2 outs.
That's a play where a
Come on, man.
about trying to tag with Paulie.
2 outs, 2 on.
His momentum going away from the plate. Where's the left fielder on that? Where's Conine? That's a tough decision to make. It's shallow. If you tag up and they make the catch, you assume the left fielder's going to make a play. You cannot make that judgment off the get-go. So you come down. That's
Juan Soto.
Right there. So it's left to Soto with 2 out. Now he's
Swing and a miss.
The first pitch change-up.
Change-up.
That's at first and third, and nobody out here at the top of the 10.
Juan Soto 1 for 4, has a single, 2 runs, a home run on the season, and 2 RBIs on the season. Fielder's choice in the 8th.
Being stumped in the top of the 10. It's left to Soto, who's 1 for 4.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Morales. In the dirt, down 21.
Fortes down to block that curveball. 1-1.
Fortes knows what he's doing back there. He's a good defender.
It brought him in for defense when they had a 4-1 lead. Now with Acuna standing at third base, every ball in the dirt becomes crucial. 1-1 to Soto. Top slump foul.
Damn, foul. First base side counts 1 and 2.
Soto's a little I think that he's flying that front shoulder out a little bit too quick. It's been susceptible to that changeup. He's been out in front in this series. The last 2 games, I should say. He's a little off, a little bit flying that shoulder.
He's 2 for 11 in this 3-game series. Trying to get Acuna home from third with 2 out. 1-2 coming from Phillips. And he
Down.
just missed inside with that sweeper.
Sweeper low, 2-2 count for Soto. Alonso on deck. He's 3 for 4 today.
Great day. Good X.
He's the only reason why we're still in this game in extra innings.
2-2 coming.
Oh, what the fuck was that? Foul, all right.
Change up.
Foul, first base side. Keep it at 2-2 for Soto.
So it's ugly swings in this series.
The last 2 games, he's been a little out in front.
Cody at third, Taylor at first with 2 down. Again, the 2-2 coming to Soto. Tops went to a third.
Topper to third, to first, he's out. That's disastrous.
Did not score at the top of the 10th. They have first and third and nobody out.
We're going to bottom of the 10th.
That's
Tied at 4 apiece. I'm not liking this. All right, we're going to bottom of the 10th. Tied at 4-piece. You ready, guys?
The Mets unable to cash a run in the top of the 10th, and now Jose Buto will try.
Jose Buto is going to come back on the mound for the Mets.
Grant Pauly is the free runner. Or did they send a pinch runner out? Let's see. That's not Pauly. Dave Myers.
Myers is the runner on second.
And now Nick Fortune is trying to move.
Oh, no.
Beautiful bunt down, and Buto
Got the out at first, but runner goes to third.
And now the winning run is at third base.
Winning run is at third. Ready? Watch this because the Mets are about to fucking blow it.
Textbook. Vacate, but have the third baseman vacate. In this case, he just took a lot off of it, didn't it?
So now Myers, the pinch runner, is at third with one out. Eric Wagman, the batter. The Mets have to bring the infield in, and they need to move the outfield in. Fly ball deep to the outfield brings in the winning run. So they move in as shallow as they can. Wagman 0 for 3 and a walk today. Buto's first pitch grounded to short. Lindor coming home.
Out at home. All right, 2 outs. We got the runner at home.
Contact play. Myers running on contact, and Lindor threw him out. Perfect throw to Torrens, who got the tag down, and the Mets record another out at the plate to keep this game tied. That throw was in the third base line right there. Perfectly thrown. Perfect throw. Like the throw by Beatty, where Torrens had to do all the work. This time it was right on a platform. So now 2 out, and Wagman with the runner at first, and Buto with the chance to get this game to the 11th. Javier Sanoja, the batter. Lisan Acuna now playing second base after pinch running. The pitch is high to Sanoja, 1-1. So the Marlins only have
Counts 1-0
on their bench. That is Derek Hill. The Mets have 2 left on their bench. Jose Siri and Starling Martin. And Sanoja pops one up.
Popped up in foul territory. Luis tracking it out. Wow, that's a 1-2-3. Just about. Almost a 1-2-3. Was that a 1-2-3? I don't know. We're going to the 11th.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
What is this?
I've multiplied my winnings 100 times. I played a little bonus 100x scratch off game. So I built a time machine to multiply the feeling of winning over and over again.
What? What is this? What is this?
You again.
What is this?
I multiplied my winnings 100 times. The new bonus X scratch off games from the New York Lottery with prizes up to $5 million. Plus bonus games for an extra chance to win cash.
Thank you, Morales. What's up, Tommy? What did you say? 5-1, son. Cool.
Is there a formula for bliss?
Thank you for sweeping the cheaters.
Can a car do more than getting there?
Sack bunt. Play at home. Pop out 1, 2,
As
3.
long as you're asking the right ones. How we get there matters.
Tell me about it, Tommy.
Just for a minute.
Oh shit! Did you guys hear that? Keith Hernandez's mic was hot. His mic was hot. He didn't realize we were coming back from break, and he said the Mets piss poor hitting, and it was live. Oh shit! Oh, he's gonna get fined 20 grand. Oh man, that was fucking funny. Piss poor hitting. Oh shit! Always remember if your mic is on, bro. Don't be a rookie, Keith Hernandez. Piss poor hitting, he said. Oh. Wow.
That's a lot. Juan Soto has their free runner at the 11th. They made the last out. And Pete Alonso has hit 4 balls, 107 miles an hour or harder today.
I mean, he's not wrong. It is piss poor hitting. So Soto free runner at second. Alonso up at bat. Pitcher on the mound is Curry. Strike.
For a strike to Alonso, 0-1. He's doing a good job so far this year.
That's interesting, Tommy.
The middle, looking to right center.
Counts 0-1 for Alonso.
Taking that inside fastball.
That's curveball low. Ball on a strike for the polar bear.
Tried to cover the entire plate.
I can't believe Keith Hernandez just got caught with a hot mic and said piss poor hitting.
Towards right center.
He's used all 3 fields today. Double to right center, double to left, homer to dead center. He hits this one foul down the right side. He looks 1-2.
He looks locked in today.
Counts 1-2.
Grand slam in the first
Alonso 3 for 4, 2 doubles, and 3-run home run, 4 RBIs. Jesus Christ, he did everything today.
And now looking to pick up Soto from second base with the go-ahead run of the 11th. Marlins have already played a 12-inning game this year. It was Saturday against the Pirates. They won that game. That's first extra inning game of the year. Alonso gets curveball and bounces it foul.
Alonso curveball counts 1-2.
Slow curve to go with his slider and fastball. Not a hard throw.
Nimmo on deck. He's 0 for 4.
About 91. And Nimmo waiting on deck. And Alonso takes a fastball in the dirt and Fortes with another.
Counts 2-2.
He's had a number of those. Sometimes the fastballs are harder to block than the curveballs because you're just not expecting them to hit the dirt. Soto, the free runner, not getting much of the lead off second. And Alonso lays off the slider, and it's 3-2.
And just like that, full count for Alonso.
Nice at bats. He has 3 extra base hits today. The last man to have 4 in a game was Yoenis Cespedes 8 years ago.
Tell me that, Morales.
3-2 coming. The curveball bounce foul.
Foul, third base side. Count's going to stay full for Alonso.
Some tough breaking balls before he got the fastball to hit. Xavier Curry, the 6th Marlins pitcher of the day. 8th pitch coming to Alonso.
Upstairs, walked him.
Is that not ball 4? I thought it was ball 4. That is. Pete didn't know it. Pete wanted to stand there and hit.
Pete didn't realize he was walked. So 2 on and no out.
Up 2 men on.
Nimmo.
The 11th. They got runners to first and third with nobody out in the 10th, but couldn't score. And now Brandon Nimmo has gone 0 for 4 today after a home run in each of the first 2 games of this series.
Brandon Nimmo 0 for 4. Pop out, fly out, strike out, ground
Snowball
out.
comes in close at third.
Upstairs, ball counts 1-0.
Ball 1. Soto at second, Alonso at first, and I'm a great deal of speed out there. Jesse Winker waiting on deck, up a left-hand hitter. Curry's 1-0, and the slider, this is going in, and it's 2-0.
Counts 2-0. You're probably right, Morales. Jesse Winker on deck, another guy 0 for 3. Jesus Christ. It looks like Danny Young is warming up in our bullpen.
Danny Young up in the Mets bullpen.
Nimmo fouled it on the first base side, counts 2-1.
So the Mets got 2 innings out of Buto, who pitched the 8th and 9th, didn't give up a hit. They've already used Garrett, Becker, Stanek, and Diaz, and that leaves Danny Young as the next on the ledger to face the top of the batting order at the bottom of the 11th. Mets trying to give him a lead. 2-1 coming. That's line in the center.
That's going to bring a runner home, maybe. Nope.
Third and stop there, and the Mets on the base.
They get the cutoff throw. So it's bases loaded. Knuckle up time, boys. Knuckle up. Bases loaded, no outs. If the Mets can't get a run in here,
Hanging right down, out over the plate.
I don't know.
Nice hitting by Nimmo. Little safety first. Soto here. That ball was no going to get that ball.
So this time, with the bases loaded and nobody out, they're going to play the infield back and double play them. And Waker takes the dirt.
Bounce in the dirt, counts 1-0.
It's Danny Young who's going to pitch the 11th, or maybe just a change of heart by Clayton McCullough. But after playing the infield again with nobody out in the 10th, he's playing the infield back with nobody out, the bases loaded in the 11th.
Yeah, I know, Morales. Counts 1-0.
It is a barn burner of an inning. A big inning. I mean, they're all set up for a big inning, and you're just all of a sudden, Baker, Curry, all of a sudden can't throw a strike here in trouble. He's a breaking ball pitcher. Baker's up for 3 to walk today. Soto at third, Alonso at second, Nimmo at first. Baker takes the fastball low, and now it's 3-0.
Counts 3-0.
So Xavier Curry putting himself in a world of hurt here. A walk, a base hit by Nimmo, and now he's behind Baker 3-0 with the bases full and Mark Vientos on deck. Baker will likely take a pitch. And he does it. It's ball 4.
He walked him. He walked in a run.
Curry not even close.
Mets go up 5-4.
Walks Waker to force it. Soto with the go-ahead run, and the Mets lead at 5-4 in the 11th. Wow. Now they will try and pour it on, which is what you need to do in these extra innings with the free run. Now you got Scott, you got a visit from the pitching coach, and the pitching coach didn't know Muscos, former Cincinnati Reds pitcher, heading out to the mound. They're going to have to bring the infield in now. Now they have to bring the infield in. You can't afford to give up that second run. Well, Vientos with a chance to unload a whole lot of pressure from his shoulders. It's a rough days, a rough start to the season. And we've got a chance here with the bases loaded and nobody out to extend the lead. Danny Young will be entering the game at the bottom of the 11th. And unless the Mets score a bunch of runs, he'll be hitting for the first save of his major league career.
Well, you got a pitcher and can't find the plate. Do not pass on a fastball here.
Vientos 0 for 4 today. The infield comes in. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch.
Vientos counts 0-1. Vientos 0 for 4 on the day. Ton of mistakes on the field as well.
It's just 2 for 23 to begin the year.
What a shitty hit. Oh, an error. And I bring in a runner. Bases loaded again. 6-4 Mets. All right. I was about to say what a shitty hit, but there's an error there and I brought in a runner in. 6-4 Mets, bases loaded, no outs. I think we're in shape now.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't pick it up on the backhand.
He didn't go and get it and get the short off.
E6. Acuna up at bat. Fastball for a strike, counts 0-1.
Acuna was a pinch runner in the 10th inning. Beatty as the free runner stayed in the game at second base. Nimmo now at third, Baker at second, Vientos at first. 2 runs in. It's down straight back on a fastball from Curry. And for the third time in this inning, he gets ahead 0-2. Blake McCullough did not use Anthony Bender today after Bender got the last 2 outs last night. Makes you think he was not available after pitching 3 of the last 4 days. Taking one to third, handled there.
Out at home. Out at first. Double play.
So a 5-2-3 double play. Now there are 2 out, and the Mets have runners in second and third. They turn that. Did they turn that? The play prior, the error. They're out of the inning. So now it'll be Tyrone Taylor looking to tack on with second, third, and 2 out. That's with a 2-run lead. Taylor 1 for 4 on the day and a blue single in the 10th. Skies one in deep center field, but that's playable for Myers.
Out.
He camps under it and makes the catch. So the Mets get a pair in the top of the 10th, and Danny Young will try and get his first big league save, up 6-4.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. I'm the legend. Toyota Trucks. Right now, lease a rugged new Tacoma for just $299 a month, or get 1.99% APR financing on a powerful new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
This is routine right here. That is a doornail right there.
Myers at the plate at the 10th to prevent the winning run from scoring. So now we go to the 11th. This will be the 56th career appearance for Danny Young, bidding for his first major league save. Javier Sanoa will be the free runner at second base. Top of the batting order, Xavier Edwards leads off for Miami. This is not going to be easy. Edwards already has 3 infield hits in this game.
All right, man on second, Young on the mound, going up against Edwards. He's 3 for 5.
Hit back in the 3rd. Switch hitter turns around about right-handed, and the backdoor slider misses.
Backdoor slider ball. Counts 1-0.
Third out of the year. You got to get up a little bit on Monday night in the opening game of the series. Give them 2 runs in the 9th inning of that lopsided Mets win. That's it through the hole. A base hit for Edwards. To third goes Sanoa, and he'll score to cut it to a 1-run game. It's now 6-5. Boy, oh boy. Xavier Edwards with his 4th hit of the day. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-run game.
And you've got someone that can steal a base, but you've got the left-hander Young who's quick home. Well, if you've got a 2-run lead, you're not going to throw home. You're going to get the run.
Here's Kyle Stowers 0 for 3 and a pair of walks today. And takes the first slider inside for ball 1. So things getting dicey for the Mets in a hurry. Edwards with the lead-off hit, driving in the run, and Oscar Brazovan to work in the Mets bullpen.
I gotta stand up because my fucking body's fucking hurting me.
Edwards stole a base in the 8th inning, wound up getting thrown out at the plate on that overturned call. Young that was only given up 2 stolen bases in his major league
Counts
career.
2-0.
That was a knee-high strike, and it's 2-1 to Stowers with Griffin Conine on deck. 4 hits for Edwards today, 3 hits for Conine among the 13 hits for the Marlins, who had the tying run at first and nobody out. Edwards started and
That's on the outside,
Stowers
count
takes
3-1.
the fastball away, and it's 3-1. Nothing coming easily here for Danny Young. It didn't in his outing on Monday night either. That's used Garrett, Minter, Stanek, Diaz, and Buto to get to this point. And that's ball 4.
You're welcome. What are you doing,
Dan? Second and puts the potential winning run on base. So
the Mets just don't want to win this game, I think. I think they just want to, piss everybody off.
And now, Young's got himself a problem. He's got Griffin Conine coming up. He does have left-on-left advantage here, but he did with Stowers as well when he just walked him.
Well, in the first game of the series, he had issues. Gave up the 3 hits, 2 runs, and a walk. He's fallen behind.
He's got to face at least one more batter. And then the Mets could make the move to Brazovan if they so desire, because you'll have all right-hand hitters coming up behind Conine. Clyde, Lopez, and Myers are the next 3 hitters, and they don't have a left-handed bat on the bench. So this might be the last batter for Young. If you look at to generate a double play ball here from Conine, who has 2 singles and a double today. Last time up, he hit that ground ball to Beatty with the infield in that resulted in the out of the plate. So Edwards, the tying run at second. Stowers, the potential winning run at first. 6-5 New York.
2 on and no outs for Miami. The men are on first and second.
Deals to Conine. And it's away.
Conine takes the ball, counts 1-0. Conine is 3 for 5 today. 2 singles, a double, and a run. 1 home run on the season, 1 RBI. 300 batting
average. He's a South Florida guy.
Counts 1-0.
State. That's one foul.
Foul counts 1-1.
Mr. Buto did a fine job in relief. With the 8th and 9th, did not give up a hit or a
Danny Young is.
Here's a big pitch right here.
Another Mets tonight that's sticking it up the joint.
It's a huge pitch. Fouls off the slider, and now it's 1-2.
Counts 1-2.
The left-hand batter up, Lindor is playing just to the left of the bag, and that means that Edwards can't get much of a lead off second base. He represents the tying run. Now Young up in the count 1-2. Struck him out. Danny Young throws the slider and strikes out Conine. 1 man down.
1 down.
That is going to be the last pitch that he throws. Oscar
Brazoban's going to come in.
Got him a chase. So Young gives up a single and a walk, but he strikes out Conine for the first out of the bottom of the 10th.
2 outs so we can go home with a win.
And now Brazoban will come on for the save opportunity with 2 outs to get.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new.
Yeah, I'm missing AEW.
30 pounds. Taz hit his dynasty last year. With sports-driven cancer, he won the World Championship for the first time. Now he heads to Philadelphia this weekend. A shot at becoming the 2-time champion, but he has to throw John Moxley not to do so. Absolutely extremely, man. He is locked in mentally, physically, everything. I'm telling you right. Where do we go? Well, Moxley and Swerve off to the races at right side of the house. Little Nightingale, Marina Shafir. Not often you see a mixed tag, tornado tag. So tornado tag basically means it's got a lot of tags. It's no tags. It's kind of anything goes. Mayhem, all this. Yeah, I feel like back for going at it and keep it on that touch. Style. No substance.
Yeah, wrestling indeed, boys. Wrestling indeed.
Or the other. There is another choice.
I got really bad pain in my thighs, both sides. A little bit in my forearms and then in my fingers. I don't know if it's from sitting for so long or what, but it's fucking killing me right now.
That's been some kind of ball game. Mets trying to hang on the bottom of the 11th, leading 6-5. And the former Marlin, Oscar Brazoban, will look for his first career save, trying to get the final 2 outs.
And he's been
Brazoban on the mound this season, 2 games.
And low pressure situation.
He got 1 walk and 4 strikeouts.
Behind the 8 ball here.
I only need him to get 2
strikes early this season,
strikeouts.
something he had trouble doing
Or
last
the
year.
Mets
With
get
2
fucking
scoreless
2 outs
innings
here.
in the
End
opening
this
game
game
of the
already.
series. Now he comes in with the tying and potential winning runs on base. 1 out, bottom of the 11th, 6-5 New York. Edwards at second, Stowers at first, and Jonah Bride will be the first batter against Brazovan, making his 119th career appearance. No career saves. And he was one inside.
That's a ball way inside.
Bride came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th. Stayed in the game at first base. He struck out and grounded out 0 for 2. Going to try to keep Edwards close at second. And Bride
counts 1-1.
Strike 1-1. Well, the Mets are using their 8th pitcher of the day. Again, the bullpen hasn't worked. Is Max Kranich, and he won 3 innings last night. So it's all on Brazovan. Slider hit in the air to right center field, and Soto edges over. He's there to make the catch. That's the second out. Edwards takes
Second out, and Edwards went to third.
I like the fact that Brazovan.
So runners on first and third with 2 outs. We need 1 out here, man.
No time to monkey around. So the Marlins are down to
Otto Lopez 2 for 5, 2 singles, a run, and an RBI, 2 home runs of the season. 7 RBIs on the season.
And he's 2 for 2 in his career against Huascar.
Hi, Billy. Holy shit. How are you, man?
Edwards the tying run at third. Stowers at first. 2 down, bottom of the 11th, 6-5 New York. Lopez off to a terrific start to his season. Young second baseman is hitting .357. Brazovan ready to go. And Lopez first pitch swinging, fouls away a fastball, nothing at
Foul, fastball on the first base side, counts 0-1.
We see him a lot with the Marlins. He loves his changeup, but they've got him to believe in his fastball. He's got a good fastball.
He's got good stuff. If he throws strikes, he could be a weapon. He's 35 years old. Didn't make it to the big leagues until he was 32. Up and in.
Oh my God, he almost hit him.
Leaning away.
Ball, counts 1-1.
Going for a swing, but no swing. So it's the first base umpire, Shane Livenspark, and it's 1-1.
No, he didn't.
And to contort himself to make sure he didn't swing.
1-1 count.
Lopez had a walk-off hit against the Mets last year against Edward Diaz. 1-1 coming.
Foul, count 22. We need 1 strike here and we'll win.
And now the Marlins are down to their final strike. And that gets the Met fans to their feet, and there are thousands of them. One and 2 to Lopez. And time has for counts as a disengagement from Brazovan, who's Torrens around for time. Brazovan ready for the 1-2. He struck him out at the ball.
That's the ball game.
Huascar Brazovan.
Bottom of the 11th, Mets win 6-5. I'm out of here because I'm exhausted. My hands and my legs, my thighs hurt. I'm going to stream the game Friday. Next home opener Friday. I will be a couple of minutes late though. I'll probably be about 15 minutes late. But put it in the books. Mets are back to 500. What are they now? 3-3? 6-5 W, boys. I will see you guys Friday. I'll see you Friday. Bye.
6-5 finish this opening move trip.
Let's go Mets.
3-3.